time was wasted in assembling a squad. This pitchfork army on a mission sent from God. No witch was saved from Reverend Paris's brigade. Their crusade, their crusade, their crusade. Call the magistrate and don't you wait another minute, cause this town is going to hell if we don't put away the sinning. And we got no time to let a jury have their turn. Let 'em burn, let 'em burn, let 'em burn. The damned were crammed into a carriage on the square. Their faces battered and their bodies all were bare. The Reverend led them to an isolated hill. Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. One by one their necks were snapped beneath the cedar tree. The spirits vanished and the demons all were free. They dug a hole to hold the devilish remains. They were slain, they were slain, they were slain. The town was safe from all those wicked dissidents. They could continue with their life of innocence, dispensing justice from a higher power. They built a church atop the spirits and the bones. Their moans were heard as they were laying down the stones. But the witches got revenge beneath that steeple bell. They cast a spell, sent the Reverend to hell.
Hello, Internet!
Ready, set, reformat hard drive. No! Why is that even there?
Why do we even have that button? Alright, so, welcome back to another Roll for Trouble episode. That's my
Well, the sound works.
The sound is on.
Good to know.
Sound check, 1, 2, 3, go! Welcome to another adventure, Tales from Syrill.
Whatever the hell this is. Whoever the hell we
I
are.
think it's our downstairs neighbors who are getting some new furniture.
Oh, exciting.
Oh, it looks like a bed.
No, do not update my software.
The
iPad heard me talking.
I was like, you want to update?
Yeah.
Anyway,
Hello.
Internet again for the 14th time. Today. My brain is a little bit frazzled. I was at work this morning. Ergo, why we started a little late.
Which means we should be able to get some shit over on her if we can just hide it well enough.
Maybe.
That's an 20-hour rule? No, it's not.
No,
Well, maybe
it really
not.
wasn't.
Maybe it's our upstairs neighbors who are getting the new bed.
You don't have upstairs neighbors.
Upstairs neighbor.
You mean
Do I need to close the
neighbors?
blinds? Are you gonna just be staring out the window the whole game?
Squirrel!
I can close the blinds.
That's just neighbor.
Squirrel!
I'm just gonna close the blinds.
Yeah, it was like neighbor.
Upstairs neighbor.
Upstairs in the attic.
Welcome to Tales from Syrill.
Hi, Internet!
She's 50.
Oh boy. Okay.
All right.
Millions of people.
So we're playing D&D.
Are we? Could you pardon me when you get a chance? I meant to do it and then I got distracted.
Possible. You can continue on with the introduction. I'm just plugging something in.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted easily today, apparently. Things happen and I just stop. Anyway,
Hi.
hello! Again. Okay, seriously. So yeah, we're here playing D&D. This is Tales from Syrill,
sir.
episode something or another. I don't remember.
We've been playing for a while. Wow.
23?
Probably. It's probably in the 20s because it's like 58 weeks in a year.
52.
So divide that by 2 and you get 20 something.
6.
And then, you know, we didn't do
skipped a few
we skipped a
sessions.
few, so not a full 26. Ergo 20 something.
Less than 6.
So welcome to Tales
Yep,
from
yep.
Syrill with Roll for Trouble.
So we're at the mermaid village, and I'm going to start doing things. Because...
So to recap last session, the group arrived to the Cerulean Lake, where they were greeted by
Greeted?
yeah.
Right?
Greeted?
Very rather rudely.
They were swans. I mean,
What do you expect from swans?
fucking swans.
They were
But you
greeted
think
by
geese are bad?
they greeted by a flock of swans, and one of them
Some foul bitches.
one of them spoke through.
Like, literally.
One of them became the voice of the Lady of the Lake.
The generation.
And she basically told them that she will give up
Basically
the
told them to
jewel
go to hell.
that she has in her possession, only if they can do for her a favor, asking her to, or asking the group to destroy a nest of kelpies that have taken root within her lake. So the group proceeded to do so by drinking in a fountain, which basically turned them into amphibian creatures, allowing them to breathe underwater. So
Vomiting
they now have
swallows.
gills and webbed fingers for them to swim. But yeah, they managed to root out the kelpie nest, destroying the kelpie mother, and that is basically where we pick up, is after the group finished up murdering things.
And almost getting murdered themselves.
Yeah, no shit.
We did fine.
There might have
Do you
been
see my spell slots left over here?
I see Ramduin's. Yeah, Ramduin is not here. He is at a magic pre-release. So the part of Ramduin will be played by Verity. Should be fun.
But yeah, so that's where we pick up. The group is in the final chamber, where
Are you
the
gonna have Randuin talk to
Well,
Verity
yeah,
a whole
and
bunch?
Ramduin had a bunch of questions for Verity, so I'm just gonna interrogate myself. Apparently, what do you mean by this? Well,
Hold on.
oh,
I'm ready to watch this.
but yeah.
Do continue.
So that's where we pick up, is where the group is in the final chamber, and they are. There had been a note that was passed around earlier in the last
No attention to
campaign,
the woman
with
behind
Verity
her.
kind of giving some information to the group, explaining some things that had happened in the previous session, two last session, so 2 sessions ago. So yeah. When they were in the Lord of the Trees, when they were speaking with him. So that is where we pick up, and thus action.
Mermaid Village.
Nope, I don't think you guys actually made it to the Mermaid
No, we
Village.
were finishing
we
up
were
in
just
the
in
caves.
We were in the Kelpie sleeping chamber was the last one we were
Okay.
actually, because we went to the mother first.
Right.
Mhm.
And then we were like-
killed everybody else.
Yes.
Yeah, and then
everybody
we're like,
was
okay, there's Y intersections, so let's go the other way, find some sleeping ones, and just That's a technical
That's
term.
a technical term.
Technical term.
Okay, so now that we're in like a pretty secluded area. Does anyone have any questions for me?
Nope, not including Randuin.
So, just to make sure that everybody is clear, what I'm saying is the fake Oberon, aka Boots, is my ex-partner.
Huh?
That's who I was talking to in the tree.
Oh, the fake Obi?
The fake Oberon is
The other-
aka the other fake Oberon, not our fake Oberon.
Right.
But the other fake Oberon is my partner of 2 years. And the guy that I stole gems with.
The guy that was hooked up to your back or something?
What?
Wasn't he the guy that was hooked up to your back? The magic.
Oh yeah, he was the one that was following me
you,
around in
yeah.
the tree, the void.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he also stabbed Verity in the back, but that's.
He did not!
I mean, he also stabbed Verity in the back, but.
I
haven't
well,
interpolated
I
that.
thought that my letter was clear on that front, but I had a lunch with Brian and discovered that my letter was not clear on that front, so I decided I would just clarify.
Okay. Got it.
It's
That
an educated guess on the part of Led.
hey, that these jewels look, they look familiar, and I'm
Identical.
thinking, yeah.
So two years ago, Verity and his partner, Lamore,
2 years.
2 years, where we traveled around and we went over to Syrill and stole a bunch of gemstones and created a necklace that looks identical to the one that Tatiana showed us a picture of. And all of the gems that we got and that I saw from Tien's are identical to the ones that I was stealing, except they were a different color.
And this was 2 years ago.
No, we did this for 2 years. It's been about 6-9 months.
Question mark. Did Real Obi mention when the jewels had gone missing?
I mean, Tatiana said all of her gems were like a yellowy greeny color, and none of the ones that I stole were yellow greeny.
And obviously, if they stole all of them and we have.
Yeah, we stole 7 and completed a necklace.
And those were all in mortal realms, but you didn't.
As
put
far
two
as
and two
I
together.
know. Yeah, as far as I know, we were all in the mortal realm. I never touched any of the pieces, really, so I didn't know if they were magic or not. I have no idea. That was just supposed to, like, set us up for life and be, like, worth lots of money.
Well, in a way, stealing them did set you up for life.
Maybe. But yeah,
15 minutes afterward.
I just thought maybe you guys would want to know, and if you have any questions about him or about the gems or...
So that's what the kissy face was from a fake Obi.
That's-
That was to you.
That was for me, yeah.
Okay.
This isn't for yourself. This is later.
And then we chatted a little bit in the tree while everyone was chatting with the tree.
And what did he say to you?
He wanted me to help him get the gemstone,
And
I didn't, obviously.
right.
He asked me to be the distraction so he could get in and get the stone, and I told him that I wouldn't. And then he said that I was corrupted, and then he left. And then after you were like, hey, look, it's a void, and he was like, oh no, and then he left.
Clearly, we need to come up with some sort of hand signal if this happens again.
Right.
Because then that way we could just find him and then stab him.
And the
And
only one who can really see where he is if he's invisible is a Drale.
that's fine. A Jolly has hand axes.
This is true.
I don't think it will be as simple as like a one-hit kill.
I'm not intending to kill him. I just say we can hit him.
Only meant to maim or severely injure.
I don't know if it would be a great idea.
Well, nothing that we've done so far has been a great idea.
We've had tons of great ideas.
We'll
Nothing
find
that
and
we've
figure it
done
out.
so far has been a great idea, so here we are.
I don't know if he's working with or for anybody else. He didn't say anything about that. I'm trying to go through Raptuin's questions.
How are you feeling? Are you feeling conflicted, or I mean, I know you're not wanting to go and join him, but this is also your partner, and you don't want to hurt him, I imagine. So, I guess my concern is if it comes down to it.
I just hope it doesn't.
That didn't answer my question.
I know. I don't know. And honestly, I would be very concerned about anybody facing him because he's a pretty powerful magic user.
Well, right now everything you do is honestly, so...
Yeah, so I won't let him hurt you all.
What does that mean?
I mean, that
Like,
means
will
that-
you get hurt in the process of trying to...
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to get hurt either, but
Right.
I don't... He would hurt you all, but I don't think he would hurt me.
No, it's not for... But that's what... I don't think he would hurt me. Like,
He had the chance. We were in the tree, just me, MA, and him, and he was invisible and absolutely had the chance to completely decimate us, and he didn't. I don't know what that means.
It could either mean two things. One, that he's not as powerful as we think and everything, and whatever extra magic stuff that he has is a gift to him from someone else.
Mm.
Or it does mean what you think it means, and that he just didn't take his chance and wanted to see what you would do.
I don't know. I don't know what he's doing, but he's clearly looking for the gems too.
I don't think he wanted these hands.
Yeah, probably.
I don't think he wanted these hands.
Catch these hands, motherfucker!
I haven't mentioned anything because I've been thinking a lot about how does he know where to go and where we're going.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm worried that something of mine might be bugged or magically scrying or something. I don't understand magic enough to know if that's the case, but we have these amulets. And he'll take off his little amulet. And these are, so see it glows, and it's like a beaded necklace with a red bead in the middle.
Yeah, it almost looks like. So basically, the way it looks is that it's almost like a tiny vial, and you can see that there's a liquid in it and some sort of. If you look, if you want to make a perception check, make me a perception check.
Why?
Let's see.
That's not bad.
Ramduin would make a perception check.
Yes, he would.
Yeah, he would have insight checked Verity by now as well.
And he has advantage on
We
insight,
haven't-
on perception
we
because
haven't-
of his.
Well, that's great because that was a 1.
We have an automatic insight check for you because you bleed if you
I
lie.
know.
I got a 13 plus 4.
Okay. So 17.
Ramduin has an 18.
Okay.
16.
Okay.
10.
Okay. I'll say that Ederale, Ramduin, and Brigitte would see basically there. It looks like there's a small snippet of what appears to be little strands. You would put together. It might be like hair. And from those hairs, you can see a soft glow. And it's almost like a little vial, and it has like a little cap on it, and it's strung on the necklace.
So this is connected to the two of us. So as long as it glows, I know he's alive, which is why I've known he's alive and been looking for him.
Ed, detect magic.
I mean, it is magical.
Yeah, that's all it's going to tell me.
What school of magic is it, though?
And he has one for me too, and the two are connected. So as long as
So it sounds like he really could easily just locate where you are.
potentially, and I'm not sure if he's able to listen in, and so I didn't want to say anything because I don't know what he'll do.
But the thing about it is that he's been going to these places. Well, no, maybe that's not true. I was going to say he was going to these places before we got there, but
I don't know if
If
he's
he
the
was
person
listening.
who's
You know, if we're concerned that he's listening, we should probably stop having this conversation.
Well,
Which
that's why
something that I failed to mention to you last time is when you drink the sludge water, you're all talking telepathically
Ah,
because
can't hear
you can't verbalize very well in water because what makes your vocal cords go is air. And being that you're currently breathing water,
well, what makes your vocal cords go is vibrations.
but it's caused by air though, the passing of air through your vocal cords.
So, anyways, we're speaking telepathically.
yeah.
Anyway, but you're speaking telepathically.
because we're
It's like,
underwater.
things make noise underwater all the time. Whales.
I feel like if he is able to listen in, he's not going to really be able to hear a lot because we're underwater anyways. And that's why I wrote the letter, and that's what I got. So I'll take questions.
So what this is looking like to someone, not us, is we're like
Very seriously staring at each other.
As far as it's, let's see.
I don't think I got all of Randuin's questions, but I won't worry about it.
we may have some good questions. Did you want to go back to them?
No. It's probably actually going to be a school of divination.
Okay.
That would be something you know. It's the school of divination.
I told you he's a powerful magic user. He uses a lot of similar spells-ish to Jeff, charms and disguises and invisibilities and fire spells on occasion. Answer that. Yeah. I think that's it.
Does anybody know of a tracer spell?
Yeah, I don't think
old magic person.
I mean, there's just scrying.
Yeah, I
if the
don't
thing has scrying cast on it, then you can just...
Or it can be used, or if it's enhanced enough, it can be used as he can scry back with it.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's doing that or not, or if I'm just being paranoid, but I just have been thinking about how does he know where to go and get there right before us.
Right.
The other option is he's a step ahead.
Oh yeah, because if he's the one who's stolen the other 4 gems, then clearly he knew where they were.
Yeah, I was gonna say, how did he know where the ones in the mortal
It
room
may just
were?
be me being paranoid, but I'm a little freaked out, so I'm just trying to be cautious and smart about this for once.
Is it worth trying to scry for him?
I mean, scrying is a high level spell.
I don't think any of us, we can ask if anybody maybe in the mermaid village can do scrying, but I don't know if it will help us.
Take
Out
the
of
fight to him.
game, scrying is a 5th level spell, and none of us have 5th level spells.
No, that's why if anybody wants, maybe if we go to the mermaid village, maybe they have something there, but
Yeah, 'cause 5 isn't like interminably high.
but that's,
But it's a good chunk of change. You're looking at least probably a 10th level, 10th to 11th creature. Level creature.
Appearance-wise, it doesn't really matter probably, because he's probably going to be mostly in disguise, so...
Or invisible, and we just have to stab him.
So I don't know that that's helpful.
Well, it's helpful to take the fight to somebody who's trailing behind us.
But yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do, but I wanted to give you all a heads up. So consider your heads given up. Given.
You want a round 2 on that one?
Rewind. Consider yourself given a heads up.
Better.
But yeah, I don't know where he originally got the gems from, but Brigitte, I don't know if he would know, but he's not from Syrill originally, so he maybe could know something about your horn. I don't know. I didn't know you were magic horns at the time, so I didn't ask. But he's not from Syrill.
You walk around with bare feet often?
No.
Well, it
No,
could have been
never.
in disguise. You probably want to kill him anyway.
I mean, at this point.
No, he's
Yeah.
very appearance focused.
Oh, so he's vain.
That's the word, yes.
All right, cool. Good to know. In a battle, we can frazzle him up by telling him how small his dick is and how ugly he looks.
Actually, his dick's like big.
That doesn't matter.
Is there anything else?
Yeah, but I mean, he can't lie about it.
Who
so-
came up with the idea to take the stones
It was his.
originally?
It was his. When I first met him, I stole one of them from him. He was using really obviously loaded dice in a dice game, and so I seduced him and robbed him, and then he found me again, and asked me to come with him, and I did. And he told me about how he was looking to complete this necklace that he found. He already had a few of the stones by then.
What color were his stones again?
They're like a dark blue, maybe purple. I saw the one I stole the first time we met, and then the last one we stole. Those are the only two I ever really touched or saw. But they were
Because if the ones
dark.
the ones we're going after, if they are like yellowish in that spectrum of color, it almost makes me wonder if he is taking the gems of winter.
Well, that's why I asked Tatiana if the Winter Lady had a necklace, and she said potentially. So I'm trying to get a hold of Puck so that he can get a hold of Oberon so that I can tell Oberon what's going on, and if I go to fairy jail for stealing winter crystals, you guys don't go too.
I mean, if anybody tries to take you to fairy jail, I'll fucking fight him myself. So.
Well, I mean, they were saying that it's like, okay, if someone gets all the summer gems together, like shit's just over. So if there were winter gems and he got all of them, then why isn't shit just over?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's starting to be weird, I guess, with like the Kelpie and stuff showing up. I don't know. I don't know how the Feywild really.
Like I say, they made it
Works,
sound like
but-
out of game. They made it sound very Infinity Gems, like
Yeah.
"Oh, here's all 6, fuck off. I mean,
But Puck is. When I saw Puck in the mortal realm, he wasn't doing well, and he said it was related to the gems, but I didn't think
but
it
then
was
also
related.
4 of them were missing at the time
so,
already. So.
yeah. So I don't know. So I'm trying to get a hold of Puck so that I can get a hold of Oberon and at least tell them what's going on, because I don't know if they know.
Also, if the Winter Court gems are gone, then having the Winter Court or the Autumn Court attack the Spring Court for
Bullshit reasons.
seems like what?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if it's weakening the courts and they're trying to take over, then they're just. I don't know. I don't understand Feywild politics.
It seems like it would be like, well, our gems are gone. We're in a weakened position. Let's attack our enemies. Like that's
Yeah,
What?
I don't know. But so I'm trying to get a hold of Puck, but he's not answering me. Really. So
Can't Ramdoon send a message to Obi?
that's what I'm thinking Ramdoon might do. But I think maybe we get to town and get into
Yeah,
a
we
place
need to
where
take
we
a
can
rest
rest.
first before we do anything.
And you actually, you all hear the clearing of a throat, and you turn your heads.
telepathically.
Yes.
Like literally, like 5 minutes ago, you were like, you're not using your voice at all. You're like, you hear someone clearing their throat, like, yeah, like that.
Yes, I projected into your heads the
Yes.
sound of my clearing my
Well,
voice.
that's extra. I love it.
And you all turn around and you see Oberon. And he has.
Insight check.
Yeah, fucking.
What do you insight check it?
Is it
Insight check, you
Oberon?
fucking Oberon!
We've had a fake Oberon literally with the party and one we've encountered. So
But he is not fully human, as it were. He's actually changed his shape to be that of a merfolk. He still has his full upper body that looks very much like him. His lower half is
So he's a
Like a
mermaid.
mermaid.
He's a fucking fey mermaid.
What does Oberon's hair look like normally?
his hair is typically like tight brown curls, It's kind of loosey-goosey. Almost disheveled in a way, but still very, like...
On purpose.
It's that on purpose disheveled. I put gel in my hair to make it look like
But
this.
they are, like, tight little brown curls, and they kind of... Yeah.
Okay.
When I see him, I'm going to change the look the same way. Oh, yeah, that does seem better.
Roll your insight
Yeah, I would
checks.
say Ram doing as well.
I'll roll 2.
Hey,
Oh, that's bullshit. Insight?
Mhm.
Oh, his insight is good. His insight
19.
Yeah, he's a very wizzy character.
19.
Okay.
18.
15.
Okay. Are you two rolling?
I just assume it's him.
I will.
Cough, cough, idiots. Turn around. I don't trust you.
That's a nat 1, so I'm gonna go pull his hair.
No.
He starts swinging. Yeah.
Everyone just grabs him by the ankles and he's like, For those of you who rolled, it seems like it's him.
But then again, I seem like it's him too.
It's true.
So I'm not convinced.
I would hold off on sending that spell.
Well, great, we can't do shit anyways. Not out loud. Not out loud.
Were you
Be careful,
trying to make a
you're
really
thinking.
bad pun because the spell is sending?
Perchance.
You know, if you answer like that, you didn't mean it.
Huh?
If you answer like that, you didn't mean it.
You know, it is what it is. Honestly, I'm very confused because the Lady of the Lake contacted me saying that there were 2 of me who had arrived to her realm, and I just honestly had a lot of concerns because first she was like, there was one of you, and then there was another one of you with mortals, and honestly, I'd forgotten
Boo!
that
Brigitte will actually do that out loud.
she very much...
There's just bubbles.
This is bubbles. But you can tell it was a disappointed sound.
And I mean, I realize I told you to be careful with her, but I'd honestly forgotten how much she disliked mortals. So that was on me.
We were careful!
Yes, but she's still very peculiar, as it were. And I did get your message. Puck let me know that you were ringing him, so to speak.
Repeatedly.
He sends his condolences that he cannot meet you. Currently he is, how to say, resting.
Insight check.
Sure, go for it.
Oh, good job, Ram doing.
Why not?
13.
23!
13 as well.
Poor guy pulled the pud too much.
You two know that there's something he's trying to hide. You're not quite sure what. You assume he's probably trying to hide the status of actual Puck. Or
Okay.
Ramduin does.
Okay.
But yes, he is working on it.
How bad is fairy jail?
No one's going to fairy jail. Stop.
What is
Just let-
jail?
Stop.
Stop.
Why are you here?
Well, I came to talk to you and kind of figure out what was going on, and honestly also give you a warning.
Oh, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Things are getting worse.
You don't say.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce?
You don't say.
Tien's, Lord of the Trees, he spoke to Tatiana, and Tatiana let me know that he... Anyway.
There's a game of telephone.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, we're all fucked.
Nobody calls Oberon directly. Everyone calls Puck or Tatiana.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like it.
Oh, we're all too busy fucking other people. Anyways, that's weird.
He informed us that you had retrieved the gem, and it was in your safe possession, which I'm glad for. However, there is an unintended side effect.
Mm-hmm.
Because your presence is that of a neutral party and not actually typically is not that associated with any of the 4 courts, the balance, which was being tentatively more or less sort of kept in balance, is now shifted in the favor of winter.
So you fucked up.
Are you sure it's that the fault of the
Stop!
gym.
Stop.
What do you mean?
So, how long ago has this been starting? I know, time is weird. This is a stupid question. Why do I always ask people how long anything in the Feywild?
It's about yay long.
The
Probably the only measurement they have.
How long ago? About
the
this long ago?
balance started to shift shortly after I gained more power than I'd had and started my ascendancy to Archfadum.
Would that be about the time Puck took me under his horns?
No.
Okay.
No.
Before or after?
Before, after what?
That.
That.
Before.
Right. Come on, Opie.
Okay.
Shortly after that, the balance was... It had started to eke in the direction of winter, but never to an extent that it alarmed us. The balance does shift from time to time. It's just the ebb and natural flow of the Feywild. But only more recently, when we started to get word that the gems of Tatiana's power were stolen, did the true shift in power become more apparent. The
Verity is just getting into a smaller and smaller little concave shape.
With the ebbing of summer and spring's power, autumn and winter grow bolder. And even now, I can feel my power wanes, which to you probably doesn't seem like that much. But Puck gets his power directly from me.
Yeah, he looked like shit in the mortal world.
He sends all his power to you.
Well, that just makes me feel like more garbage than I already did, so that's cool.
Which is why he hasn't returned. He explained to me the details of your pact. So, if he does not channel his energy to you, you will die.
Is there a way we can undo this pact without causing harm to either our party member or your Feywild person?
A deal has already been struck between them, as if I recall.
Doing this gym nonsense.
Once that is concluded, their terms shall be ended.
So hypothetically-ish speaking in a realistic way,
Asking for a friend. Asking for a friend who was in no way, shape, or form, it's me.
I can't
In fact,
say
I'm
that.
actually asking for Green.
I
It's
can't
like-
say that.
It's my friend Schmerity.
It's my friend Mesmer.
It's for this guy that people call Steve.
So hypothetically, in a realistic way speaking, what would happen if, let's just say, the Queen of Winter had a necklace that was like just like Tatiana's, and like somehow through like just weird happenstance it had all 7 pieces and it was completed?
Then
Asking for a friend.
the Queen of Air and Darkness would have access to her manse.
Yeah, because that's what has happened. Sorry.
I'm sorry? How do you know this?
Obviously, don't take
Because
what?
I might have accidentally, without knowing what they were, participated in stealing those and completing that necklace.
Oh, time.
In the mortal realm, by the way.
Like
That does not surprise me.
like about the time Puck and I made the deal. Like literally the day Puck and I made the deal was the day that necklace was completed.
He kind of stops and tilts his head. And you can see he's like going back in his memory.
And Verity's gonna sort of scooch over and he's gonna grab one hand, he's gonna hold on to Jeff, and one hand he's holding on to Brigitte.
And you just see Oberon like rub his forehead. Well, that would explain many things.
I hadn't put it together until we saw the Jim and Tian's thing. I'm sorry.
You know, we can go over all that a million times, but you having massive guilt complex is not going to change the fact that it's happened. So, long story short, the Queen of Winter probably has her necklace. Now what? Because obviously time is of the essence.
You keep those jewels away from her. If she gains access to all 7 jewels of Tatiana's necklace, she gains power to Tatiana's manse. Gaining access to that manse means she controls the entirety of the Feywild, meaning she can influence not only the Fey realm, but other parallel realms to the mortal plane, including your realm and the Shadowfell.
Cute. So,
Not that the Shadowfell I think would ever really matter, but
so we
Can't
need
wait to go to Barovia.
we need to get the other necklace and bust it up.
or just keep it away from that.
Cool.
If you manage to grab the necklace and pull all the pieces and give it to Tatiana, then that puts us back on a fair playing field.
That's what I was going to ask.
Which is the reason why she wanted you to collect it and bring it to her in the first place.
Well, we're working on that.
Mm-hmm.
Understood.
Because I think I know who has the 4 of Tatiana's.
Well, then,
Well, the 4 of Tatiana's and probably the other necklace.
Yeah, either that or the lady queen person does. I don't know.
If they working
The
together.
person does.
The dark lady.
If they working
The
together.
Queen of
The
Air.
Queen of
Yeah,
Air.
I don't know
Darkness.
what he did with it once he completed it.
Well, I thought he just said that if she gets that, we're all
Oh.
fucked.
Well, she can still have access to her manse and not... Access to her manse means that she has control of her fur power, which is the reason why the balance between the Feywild, the winter and the summer powers are shifting, is because if she truly has access to her necklace, she has access to her full power and the full gift of the Archheart that was given to her at birth.
Mm-hmm.
Tatiana is now at a disadvantage
Mm-hmm.
because she doesn't have access to her manse.
Mm-hmm. Well, we've got 1 gem here. Supposedly the Swan has 1. Horse Lord has 1, and 4 missing. So...
There's a chance. There's a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry.
Why? Stop apologizing. None of this is your fault.
I mean, it kind of is. I did
Stop!
steal like 5 of the gems that are now like this.
She didn't do it on purpose. That wasn't
He's
your
gonna
goal.
slap you in a second if you don't quit.
Does Brigitte have her armor on?
Yes,
Oh
Brigitte has her
shit,
armor
that'll
on.
hurt. You might want to stop. Emma, what were you gonna say about they?
What if they
about-
working together?
I don't know. He didn't tell me who he was working with, if he was working with anyone. I might have talked to the person who's stealing stuff too.
You have this... Verity has this necklace that is tied to another necklace that Captain Hobeans, we believe, has the other pieces and is the partner who had the other full necklace.
Mm-hmm.
I realize you were in a weakened state because you told us that. Can you... The 2 that they have are linked. We were concerned... We were literally talking a couple seconds ago about, oh, well, maybe this one's scrying on us and that's how we know where it is. I can't believe that I'm thinking that voice, but it is.
That's not what I sound like!
Kinda is.
I've heard it for at least a minute. I can perfectly mimic it.
You've definitely heard Verity for at least a minute.
Yes. So, the shortcut would be if there's any way to reverse and turn these 2 into a homing device.
May I see it?
Because otherwise we're chasing someone who has vast magical powers, can be...
He's the other you that
The-
showed up first.
Other you.
Not this
not
one, but the
ours.
other one.
I also wanted to mention, maybe don't impersonate me.
Oh, it's been magical.
I can only imagine the Lady of Swans and I have a very terse relationship. She probably didn't greet you all that well.
Well, she didn't greet us all that well because she's a swan.
And because we
No,
were
she
mortals.
Have you met swans?
Swans are
I
dicks.
mean, these ones, yes. Some of them are actually very pleasant.
Swans are dicks.
Right?
But anyway, this is sidetracking. We're trying to find someone who has vast magical powers, who is able to block himself from the Lord of Trees, which is going to be rough. However, we do know that these things are still linked.
It glows because he's alive. It has a little bit of his blood and hair in it. And he has one that connects to me.
But that sounds like that's going to be the only way that we can actually catch up to this guy who does not want to be found.
So you're asking me to track him?
Find him, track him, give us a way that we can actually get to him, because that's probably where the rest of this shit is.
Knowing what I know, I can try. However, I'm sure by now you've at least determined that the gems have magical power properties. He looks just generally at the group.
Yes.
I know one of the gems prevents scrying. So I might not be able to do this,
Well,
but I will try.
at the moment, it's the best shot we got.
Uh-huh.
So he kind of like goes from like swimming to basically like standing, if you will.
Bobbing.
AKA just like he's got like
Floating.
he's like this with his little tail. He's like on his knees, but his tail's down. And he takes the necklace and he focuses on it. Sorry, I thought I heard my other phone ringing. I was like, shit. He takes the necklace and he focuses on it, and you see the magic emanate from his hand. And he mutters a few words in another language that none of you know. And he focuses on the magic on the item. And there's almost like a recoil before he's like, no, I can't.
Okay, sorry.
Yes, he does. He's attuned to that.
Yeah, that sounds about like him.
There's one jewel that does prevent scrying. He's activated it.
Oh, that's going to make this easy.
That is also the downside. Anyone who possesses the jewels, if they've attuned to it, they gain access to a portion of her power.
So what does yours do, Brigitte?
Fun stuff.
I can be friends with animals, I can cast daylight, I can enhance abilities, and I can speak with plants. Sweet.
Couldn't you already talk with animals?
Not plants.
Not plants.
Oh.
Whole new avenue of
But yes,
conversation.
I did have speak with animals beforehand because of my palate impact.
Well, that's okay.
So, anyway, I thought it best to come and visit you in person and give you this news, because unfortunately the spell that your friend here sends, that's too much to convey into one sending. Also, the lady did inform me as your task to win her over and to gain access to the jewel, which that she is. You're probably going to receive a very bright reception from the merfolk. I would not deny them their chance to celebrate. She will probably frown upon it.
Oh, that's just going to make it even better.
I would really not.
Yay, mandated party.
Mandatory fun.
It's considered rude to reject hospitality within our world.
Yeah, I'm not saying that I'm going to reject shit.
Just throwing it out there. That
Fish tacos.
whole new meaning.
Rifle through my bag and pull out one of my health potions. Yeah. Will this help Puck?
No.
Okay. He can give me less power, and I can't do bonfire anyways. So
It's not all what it's about, but your kindness, he speaks greatly of you.
that's hilarious because he never speaks greatly to my face. but I don't either, so it's fair. But we'll find the gems.
How does one go about deactivating these gems when we find them?
You don't.
We just get them away from him. And if I can get close to him, I can.
That seems weird that you have a weapon that you can't turn off.
Well,
We don't need to turn it off as so much as we just need to get it away from him for like 30 minutes, and then he won't be attuned to it anymore.
I should tell you the story of the beginning of the Feywild.
Oh god. Brigitte's literally just gonna sink down to the ground and just be like, fuck it, we're gonna be here
Story
forever.
time, kids!
And she's just gonna like lay back on the ground and just stare upwards and just be like, fuck.
Which is great because she's in place, so she literally does just sink.
Thump!
Verity's just like, I'm holding on to you still!
Everyone
Ray
just,
swims rapidly up front with her book.
everyone's just,
Waterproof book,
you know,
ready.
sitting crisscross applesauce, having a snack pack. Story time! Uncle Oberon, story time!
Don't call it that.
Do I need to roll to see if we believe him?
Inside check!
Sure, roll an insight check if you so desire to do so.
Are you Gina?
Or you can roll a history check once he tells you the story, and you can put it up against what you know about the world.
Which is nothing.
I'm -1 on both fronts. Well, thank you.
Well played.
So in the beginning, there was the Archheart. He created Tatiana and her sister, Mab. They were his greatest creation until he began to create elves. I should say they. They prefer if they are not gendered. The Archheart granted them a gift each. One that enhanced what powers they already had. In the time between their creation and between the time when the Archheart began to create elves in the mortal plane, Mab and Tatiana began to establish dominance of the Feywild, taking other Fey, other creatures that had been created, under their arms, wings, whatever, and leading them and giving order to a very chaotic place, as you may realize.
Mm-hmm.
We have our traditions and our societal establishments, but sometimes we are what we are. That being said, Mab grew jealous, eternally jealous, of the Archheart's new devotion to elves. And she sought to destroy Tatiana to gain full control of the Fae, so that she could... I'm not actually sure what her true motives are. I've never met the woman. But the way Tatiana says it is that she's very jealous, and she basically wanted to destroy Tatiana because it's fuzzy.
Because of reasons and bullshit.
Basically.
He adds in from the ground.
From the ground.
So...
For plot reasons!
Shut up! Stop metagaming!
So, a war more or less broke out between Tatiana and Mab.
War were declared.
When the Archheart returned to the Fae, realizing that what realm he had created still greatly beloved by them, he pulled his daughters aside, stripped from them their gifts, and scattered them. He also made them promise a pact thrice that they would keep the balance of the Feywild. That pact, that promise, has been our saving grace from Mab for eternity.
Until today.
Somehow she has now discovered a way around that pact, that promise, and seeks to destroy us all.
I mean, the promise was that she wouldn't do anything.
She would uphold the promise of peace and balance, yes.
I mean, like, that's hella easy to get around.
Get somebody else to do it.
As we're realizing.
Yeah, you fair shit at deals. Anyway,
It wasn't me who made the deal.
I can't say anything though, because I agreed to a shitty deal too.
you really did.
I can't say shit. I can't make fun of them.
I mean, I can.
You can. Please
I
do.
mean, I have.
Good.
I am
Thank you.
now.
But that is the all-encompassing story of the Fae.
Okay. Thanks.
So once again, it still just comes down to we need to find Lame Or and beat him up or something.
Beat up this stupid nerd, take his lunch money, and leave.
Pretty much.
What's money?
I'm not talking to you.
I'm not telepathicking at you.
Any other questions that I can answer since I'm here?
Many,
You came all this way.
but that not related to this.
No, I'm not doing shit.
I have only really ridiculous, stupid questions that are just going to waste time.
No, ask him because it's gonna be funny, and I want to waste his time.
Maybe I could learn something else.
Okay, since 2 people were okay with it.
And no one else has said
Like
anything.
I was
Nobody
legit
else has
like, no, I just have dumb
telepathically
questions. We just keep
injected.
going on. And everyone's like, no, ask. I'm like, y'all brought this on yourself. I'll go back to the non-fishtail version. And, I mean, it's all an illusion, but drop trow and be like, is this right?
Brigitte has no regrets right now because it's really funny.
Oberon's like, he swims closer and like does like a couple of just slow rounds. I look amazing.
I know, right? But is it right? I figure no one knows your donger better than you. I've asked around, and a lot of people were pretty keen on it, but I'm still...
He gives a couple of tips.
Wait, there's more than one?
Oh my! No wonder
It's like
they're keen
It's
on
like a
it.
tentacle forest down there? I mean, snakes and like reptiles have hemipenes. It's like...
There could be like a dodecathene.
I brought
It's like a-
myself.
It's like a beholder down there.
Look what we did, Brigitte. Look what we did.
Just gotta put eyes on him.
I was legit like, no, I just have stupid questions.
Peekaboo.
Let's just keep on going. Like, no, I want to know. Like, you got... Like,
I
No,
don't
I
think
brought
we're
this
regretting
episode.
anything.
No
No regrets.
No regrets.
No regrets.
I think you left it in there.
well played, me.
Because I
Want me
want
to get it?
No, it's right. But anyway, so it's right? It's good?
Yeah.
Okay.
If he shouldn't be Puck, or if he shouldn't be you, could he be Puck or Jimmy?
Jimmy. That is a name I haven't
Jimmy.
heard in a while. You know him.
Jimmy, my homeboy.
So not a fame name. Jimmy.
It's
The way it's
J''MI.
A fame name.
I'm guessing that means you know him. How is he? I haven't seen him in court in a while.
When did we see him? We saw him on the trip from Elf City
to Airy.
To the Airy.
So not too long before we came to the Feywild.
So like 2-3 weeks?
Yeah, 2-3 weeks ago.
2 weeks! Saw him 2 weeks ago. I taught him the song of the Griffins. I was pretty keen on that one.
I'm sure it'll come up in court. Wonderful. Look forward to it.
You didn't answer the question though.
What was the question?
If he shouldn't be Oberon, then who could he be? There would maybe be a Fae that could grant us favors, or that people wouldn't immediately be
We're looking
like,
for
oh,
a door opener.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Tatiana!
no.
No.
Please, God, no.
I mean, I could.
You could.
That
Collectively
I
from the
will.
group.
Like, I'll just stand there for a second, like, see? I mean,
no,
that
please,
easy.
That's a terrible idea. A terrible idea.
I mean, I agree, but at the same
she
time.
would murder you
I mean,
for impersonating her.
yeah.
And
Anyways.
Not that kind of murder, friend.
What other kind is there? I mean, I thought that was the only definition of murder.
That's what I was going with.
I missed
Putting
so
your hand
much.
across your neck?
Pinky.
Don't be Drax! I figured you were going gay. Gay. I figured you
Partially.
Too late.
I figured you were going for the sex, not
No.
the literal.
No.
I mean, for once, no. Like,
And a swing and a miss for the DM.
So there's another
All
word
right.
for sex and it's murder?
It's murder now, so now we know a new key word.
Hey, you feel like murdering later?
dude, I'm gonna fucking murder everyone in this city. It's gonna be Mermaider in there.
Oh, Jesus Christ, help me.
Oh, sure, yeah. So
You did this.
who would be a good door opener then?
You know, I don't know.
Does the Lord of Horses like anybody in particular that we know? What about your weird leprechaun butler?
No.
Your weird leprechaun.
He doesn't go out much.
No, that would be a bad idea too.
If you choose to be anyone, just look like another Fae, I suppose.
Oh, but that's boring. You guys are boring.
You're boring.
Stop being boring.
You stop being boring.
I resent that. But no, the Lord of Horses does not. He is both cautious towards everyone and reserved until given the chance to either A, you've proven to him that you are loyal and friendly, or that you're going to murder his charges. In which case, you get either.
Oh, also, actually, while we have you, minor illusion. What the hell does he look like?
Oh, the Lord of Horses.
Yeah.
And like where exactly is he? And can you tell him we're coming so we get maybe a slightly less hostile greeting and can like expedite the process?
Especially if shit's getting as real as you say it is.
Because I would like for Puck to not be dead, because then I would not be dead.
All right, I can do those things. And so he actually casts Major Illusion because he's flashy.
Yeah. We've met Oberon, absolutely.
Yes.
He cleared his throat telepathically. So extra.
But he creates a real-sized image of the Lord of Horses, and he is he's a centaur. You called it. His coat is a very warm chestnut. His human self, again, a very warm color, but the one difference is that he has no arms. What he does have, which you would notice, is from
Crab arm. Crab hand.
No.
It's got little T-Rex hands.
I regret none of it.
He actually has fully functioning what appears to be limbs, literally limbs. They are crafted from vines, wood-like structures that form into a very dense visage of what appears to be fully functioning arms.
So he's like Jax from Mortal Kombat, but with wood?
Sort
I don't know who that is, but
Sort
sure.
of, yeah.
Okay.
He has partial. He wears a partial leather, like chest piece, and he has. Let's go with red hair.
Why not?
Verity likes redheads.
He has long-ish red hair that he that the major illusion shows to be
A man bun.
no, almost like like this portion, like the bang part of his hair is pulled back into a braid that goes on the back of his head.
Okay.
And aside from obviously the major fact that he doesn't have any arms, he is covered in scars.
Okay.
Kinky bastard. Anyway. Oh, and what is the... While we're on illusions, what does the actual, like...
Lady of
swan bitch look like?
He dismisses that image and throws up two images. One is that of a giant swan.
Yeah, we met that one.
This one actually is different than the one you met.
Uh-oh.
This one is similar to just a plain swan. The only difference is that it wears a headpiece. like a circlet. And he'll actually point out, and he'll walk over to the image and be like, "This is where she keeps the stone, in the goddamn circlet."
That's clever. No, it's not. Don't hurt me.
Retreat.
And then the other image is of a beautiful woman, and I will pull the image up that I actually have.
Yes.
Her. Let's see here. That's
She's got a huge mahonga.
Huge mahogany.
I got a thing.
Until one day. Well, what happened that one day? There was a transfer student who hadn't even been about
Let's see. You're welcome, internet. We browse the internet quite frequently.
Do we live there?
Yeah, we do.
Basically.
Oh, that's right. I did have a picture of him.
Uh-oh.
Anyway.
You can still show it to us.
And swiping through the porn collection.
I don't save that on my hard drive.
Good girl.
But this is what you see.
It really faints as one can in water.
Oh, now I know it. Yeah, it's type.
But yeah, she has dark skin, dark hair, and wears a beautifully white gown. If you will, you can imagine this being the image that you saw for the Horse Lord,
But with the wood arms.
Yeah.
but with wood arms and red hair.
Okay. Can do.
We'll go with red hair.
I know, I like that.
Whatever.
Red.
But yeah. So, he's like, that is her more. When she's in court, if she were to be in Tatiana's court, that would be her form. He motions to the.
Okay.
Human
Where
size.
is she? You said the deepest part of the lake.
Yes, so. When you get out of the cave, and once you finish all business in the merfolk, go straight to the middle, and go down. Once you get to the mirror, you're in the right place.
Mm-hmm. What did you do at the mirror?
You talk to her. And she'll either let you in or she won't.
Okay.
Hopefully she'll let you in.
What do we do to ensure she lets us in?
Show her your donor.
Please don't. That might actually offend her.
Save it for later. Check.
Well, we already killed the Kelpies as she asked, so.
Then you should be fine.
Alright then.
But first we have to go to
With or without donor.
Without.
So do we just.
Save it for later. Check.
Like I said, she and I do not have a very cordial relationship. She respects Tatiana, not me.
We noticed.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but never any, hate fucking going on.
No. She's pretty much sworn off men.
I mean, I could look like you, but a woman. I look like him, but a woman.
That might be a good idea.
That
to
is an
disguise
odd
yourself
thing.
as.
I've never thought to do it before.
Yeah, you're giving him ideas. Ew.
I can't say one way or the other. I just know she dislikes me.
You know, I'll give it a shot. See what happens. I'll let you know.
Good luck. I'm going to leave now.
Okay.
If you have no other strange questions that you wish to ask of me.
Well, this was actually legit. Sorry, guys.
What?
We got the look of the horse, Lord of Horses. Give us a compositional
right.
direction.
So, directions are hard. You just go and you're there.
No.
But that's not how that works.
I mean, that's cute, except we don't have, hyper Fey magic. Like, I do have some Fey magic. It's awesome. But at the same time,
That's my day magic.
Go towards the mountains,
the lie.
Okay.
but don't cross over into the mountains. Before you get there, you should run into a field. And that is typically where he is, somewhere in that general area. He and the unicorns travel.
He and the unicorns. You know what? We've got an owl who can look out for us.
Well, Tack did say 3 travels with 2 breaths.
Yep.
So, and yes, be careful with the unicorns. Tatiana is very, very peculiar about them. and would probably smite you where you stood if anything happened to them.
Kill a unicorn, got it.
Please don't.
Don't mess with the horny horses.
Mess with the horny horses.
The magical ones got it.
Could
Fuck up everything. Got it.
would
No, just fuck everything.
do you feel like, as just a personal favor that's not an agreement of any sort, feel like making my weapon magical? Because it's not. And it would be much more effective at assisting if it was. Can you just like gently boop it?
That's not how that works.
I don't know how magic works.
It's funny for someone who uses magic. We'll get you some, we'll get him something in the village.
They probably have.
There's the two 4-foot-high mounds of rocks that we passed by.
What?
The where the mermaids live, the two 4-foot-high mounds of rocks.
No.
Well, yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Okay,
Let's
it's been
give-
great
This
fun.
goes on for some time.
Tell Puck
2 weeks
he's
later.
an asshole and he can't die.
Alright, I shall do that.
And that I'm mad at him.
Very mad, Ken. Very well tell you. Very mad.
I am.
I love that
because
he's probably
did-
doing that underwater too. He's like,
Yeah, I'm totally taking notes on my
Yeah.
stylus. It's
On my
completely
give
right
a shit
here.
pad. This is absolutely. It's permanent ink right here.
It's permanent ink, and this whole pad's invisible, and you just can't see it.
Yeah.
God, wow,
Fey magic.
you guys suck.
Okay, goodbye.
Bye, we're done with that.
He takes with a flourish of his tail, because he's flamboyant that way.
No.
He exits the cave.
Exit stage right.
Okay, let's go party.
Yeah, why did you think I wasn't going to party there for a minute? I
I-
couldn't quite figure out what the hell was going on with
he's-
that.
Maybe he was drunk.
Or maybe he was completely fucking sober.
Yeah.
Maybe that's what he's like
Maybe he was.
when he's sober.
He's worried about Puck.
Yeah, that's it.
They're banging.
Yeah, I think they are. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are. Anyways, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here. So we exit the cave,
Okay.
and then the rocks fall.
Well,
Then we get to the two
upon-
4-foot-high
no.
mounds.
Once we, since it is now 3 o'clock. Wait, no, we
We
started at
2.
1:30.
We
No.
started at
2.
2.
Oh,
Yeah, we like just,
We just
began
started.
this shit.
Yeah, we started.
sorry,
at
this is
like
my
2.
normal time when I
I
look down and
know,
I'm like,
like-
it's break time!
No.
Okay,
No,
sure,
we've gone
cool,
for
got it.
we've gone for an hour. It is not break time yet.
Okay, never mind.
Schedule is off.
My whole perception of life. So yeah, you guys exit the cave, and you actually find that Oberon has been stopped at the cave entrance, and he's like, I should be, oh lord. Like, he's in the middle of being swamped, and then when he sees you guys coming, he's like, look, you're the true heroes have arrived!
and he mentally burps.
No, that doesn't happen, that was the DM. But yeah, he does a really, like, look! The real heroes! Right here! And
It's a good thing I
then,
look like him like a woman right now. Otherwise, that would be really awkward.
so yeah, they're a little confused because now there's 2 hymns, but one of them is a hymn and the other one is a hymn her.
He's a merwoman, yeah.
And, yeah. So now they're like, but now there are 7 of you? What? But yeah, the 2 guards that you previously met recognize majority of you else.
One of us gave birth while in the cave. That's why there's 7 of us.
Did your sister come out?
Which you would have seen in Let Me Finish.
Okay.
It's gonna be 12 on deception. Really wanted
the
next
2
one
guards, the 2 guards are there, and one of them is actually like has his arms around a young woman. She has black hair.
Fuck off. Her name is Steve. Like,
No, I told you her name is Ariel.
yeah, you also told her she had red hair.
Nope.
No, I didn't. I didn't give any description of her.
Nope. We didn't know what she looked like. 'cause
We just
didn't
agreed.
ask.
Oh, that's right. We got
We
like
asked
nothing.
her name and
The
then
one
we're like,
thing
"That's
we needed.
great."
The one thing we needed.
We did not
didn't
ask.
have.
We absolutely
Got her name,
did
we were
not.
like, bye.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I don't know
we had
why.
the idea of we'd get in there and be like, "Hi, are you Ariel?" And be like, "Yeah," and then we're like, "Oh shit, we have 1 minute to do this."
Anyways, okay, cool. So he's okay. Yay.
But yeah, you get kind of like swamped by a collection of merfolk. Some of them recognize you and are like, they're the ones who saved me. They're the ones who saved me. And then
Sorry,
she likes some big die.
She likes big.
Dim chunky. Dim thick.
With 2 C's.
But yeah, you guys get escorted as a group, and Oberon manages to excuse himself as you guys get escorted to the city, which is a large city
4 foot high pile
that
of
is
rocks.
built almost like an inverted. What's the word I'm looking for? Beehive. So there are multiple like entrances all throughout the beehive, and it's built up almost like multiple layers. And there is like an open area that is kind of like a plaza, and they've already assembled food. Mainly food, because you're in water, so it's really hard for you to drink anything.
Straws. Sippy
I'm gonna
cups.
put this in a...
They're all bubble tea.
Yeah.
So you just stab into
And then
it.
you just go drink it all really quickly.
Keep your
They have
thumb over the
sweets?
top of the...
Huh?
Do they have sweets?
They have things that are equated to sweets, but not necessarily sweet in the way you're imagining it.
So, you like sushi, right?
But yeah, they have like a whole party already set up for you guys after the first wave of rescuees had managed to escape.
Yeah, because we were in there still for like 2-3 hours.
But yeah, and as you guys are kind of being like shepherded into the central plaza, you notice. Actually, everybody roll me perception.
You notice. Wait, hold on. You don't.
You might notice.
Well, fuck me.
I'm just gonna keep rolling with
That
that.
was horrible.
Apparently some mermaid's got a real nice rack, and I'm just staring right at it.
Perception?
Yes.
I think I'm big.
Okay, Verity got a 15.
Okay.
Ramduin got a 12.
Okay.
With advantage?
Yeah, I rolled 2 5s.
All right.
Well played, clerks. Well
The
played.
pink dice do not like Ramduin.
That does not surprise me.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Niner.
Oh, 14.
Okay.
What the fuck, y'all?
I did good.
How am I the one who sees?
I did good.
I got a 16.
I got a 15.
Okay.
I'm staring at mertits.
All right.
Yeah. So Verity and Brigitte, you catch the shadow out of the corner of your eye, and you turn, and you see coming up and like arching down towards you guys is a merman, but he is about twice the size of other merfolk.
Is he chunky?
No,
He's
just
chunky.
long.
Whoa. Whoa.
Not like that.
Oh. By the way, everyone should be happy I didn't ask about the centaur's
I
package.
know. I
Oh,
was
that
very
was-
proud of you.
That's surprising you didn't. Okay. It's nothing like a
The merman, from head to fin, you're probably looking at about 15 feet length.
Well, Jesus.
He's very tall, and the portion therein of a human and fish. He kind of comes, and he doesn't necessarily come into the center because he's actually too big. But he kind of comes up and is like standing at the rail, if you will. By standing, he's floating behind it. Like Aladdin. On the magic carpet.
Okay. A whole new world.
No.
You look concerned.
No, I'm thinking something else.
Okay. And he's holding in his hands,
The whole wide world
no.
in his hand.
No. Focus, guys. Come on.
No.
Absolutely not.
Do we not know who we are?
We can do this. He's holding a what?
He's holding a collection of items, and he kind of just holds them out to you. From our village to you, we thank you for your service to us.
What are they?
I didn't notice him. I'm looking at mertits.
What is
I
it?
didn't notice him
Brigitte
either.
and I noticed him.
It's It's a collection of
15-foot-long
various
dude with
small
trinkets like
knickknacks.
right here.
What you imagine to be, what he imagines to be valuable. Shells, little jewels, gems. You're probably looking at. Make me a intelligence check, the both of you.
No! No!
Is Verity not very intelligent?
No, he actually isn't horrible at it. It's just not his
Oh,
best.
not us.
Yeah, well, I'm.
I hate you for the
Right,
making me
sorry.
roll
See, there's a
this.
mermaid right here that's just stacked.
15?
Okay.
7.
Okay.
Well played.
You've never seen that many gems, so you're not sure how to count them. You imagine it's about 200 and... Actually, it's more like about 500 gold pieces worth of gems, pearls, that other knickknacks that you may find underwater. And you also see like some rings, other jewelry pieces.
Briggy will graciously accept it.
Thanks.
Is it like neatly packaged in like a bag?
No, it's
just
literally
in his
It's
hand.
literally like he went like this and was just like, here you go.
Here we go. Pick this up from the garbage pile. We hope this works.
This is what people like, right?
I don't know what you like, what you mortals like. Take it.
So
Have we
Briggy
noticed
will-
it yet?
Yeah.
I mean, he's not hiding at this point. You just didn't notice his arrival, but he did address you.
So
I
Briggy
don't
will
mean
hold out
shit.
her hands and accept the gift graciously.
Okay. So he kind of like opens his hands and just lets it fall into your hands.
Womp! Have out! And then he just leaves.
And then he just kind of sinks down and like rests his arms on the banner and just kind of like stares at you guys.
Okay, this
Is he
the way
staring
to
at
go.
any one of us in particular, or just all of us?
Not
You
making
in general, because you're
googly
not
eyes
the
at anybody.
So
Yeah, I know. I was trying to see if he was making goo-goo eyes at anybody. I was gonna try and make a love connection. Jesus!
Yes, it's at you, Verity.
No!
I've never seen one of them before.
Oh, God.
So
You're
we're
a
in
pointy little thing,
plaza?
aren't you?
Yeah. I can sort of, if you want, draw it.
I mean, you don't
You don't
really
have
have to.
It's fine.
Wait,
It's
what?
fine.
Saying
That's
that's
a
kind of
tiny
like
ass map. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's okay.
What
No,
is
she's
She's
happening?
gonna do it. This
Okay,
is
that's fine.
she's just gonna draw a circle and be like, it's like this. Like, what the fuck?
It was really important to draw.
I'm debating on if I'm gonna ask the terrible question or not.
Well, now I want to know, so you might as well.
I mean, we just got off on like a 30-minute distraction with his terrible question. So
only
No,
fair.
it's only terrible to Carolyn, so it's...
well then,
Are
by
you
all
gonna
means, you
ask
have
his
to do
damn
it.
name?
I was just gonna ask his name!
You know Verity way too well.
Swim over to the big boy.
Hey, big man.
What's your name?
Hi, what's your name?
How long have you been a mermaid?
I am not a maid.
Well, I mean, you had like scales covering it, so I couldn't quite see.
Do I look like a woman? I don't know
The
what your
chat would like
gender
to remind us
expression
that
is.
fish penises are hooked before any love connections happen.
I thought they don't have it.
So that's your FYI from the chat with love.
I'll be getting into that in a minute.
Yes.
Yay, Aussie friend. Thank you for the reminder about hooked penis.
That's why Verity is not getting any for himself. He was just going to make a match for somebody else.
I thought that's literally like they can't. There's nothing there because it's.
We haven't had that discussion.
I'm still just waiting for like the Futurama bit where it's like, why can't there be the other type of mermaid with the fish part on the top
Yes.
and the lady part on the bottom?
How did you think this was
that
gonna
also
happen?
that also has popped up in chat. So
It reminds
You
me of
are,
the Family Guy does it too, where it's a dude.
Well, now I just feel behind.
So yeah, what's I'm gonna swim down to Big Boy.
Mm.
Thanks. What's your name? Who are you?
My name is Wake Crust. I am the elder of this village.
What does that mean? Like, does that mean you're like in charge?
He's old as shit.
Yes.
Okay, well I just didn't know because like my oldest brother says he's the elder, but he's not actually in charge. He's just the oldest.
Your logic is not unsound. Small.
There is logic in what he speaks.
These are strange people.
I don't know, I'm just fighting apart in the plaza and getting Mick to start setting up the gear.
So I have two questions. that don't include the question I just asked you. So 3 total.
One of those could have been a statement.
It could have been, but I didn't do that. Do you know if you guys have like a jeweler's kit anywhere? Like something that you could manipulate stones with and like go ching 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 with jewelry?
How'd that go again?
Ching 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 with jewelry.
They're not fucking morons. It's like they're out of the Stone Age.
Craig, your face was priceless.
I was like,
just truly.
all I saw was hands going.
Alright, what I'm doing is heading over to try and pull Verity away from the elder.
I believe Thedona, she makes jewelry, so she would probably be able to assist you.
And does anybody have like magical weapons? Perchance, maybe?
Or grant us a power up. To go find this gem.
If not, that's totally cool. I just thought I'd ask while we're here and like being happy and celebrating good
We
stuff.
do have a weaponsmith.
Great!
What's his name? Smith. I just fucking told you.
Weapon. Smith.
Nezig. They should be able to assist you.
Okay. Where are they?
You know, I never did see the map of the amphitheater. Ah! Okay.
I'm gonna show it to the camera now.
My old elf eyes cannot see.
That looks like shit on the camera, Carolyn. That's
That's
I
even
don't-
shittier.
that's
It's here.
It's a mare villain.
You can
What
pass
do you
it around.
expect?
The arrow dictates where dictates dictates where you are.
You are here. It's a map.
Please don't throw that. I don't think I
No,
will touch it.
because you know what's gonna happen? It's gonna fucking miss her entirely and hit either Craig or myself. Anyways, that's how Craig
I'm gonna
gets
hear
her.
myself.
I mean,
Like,
Craig's
what's up?
dex is so high, he's almost
like-
impossible to hit.
I might just watch it go by.
My dex,
Okay,
my dex IRL and in game is a +0, so it would be like I would like try
I'm
to
gonna go find Theodosia.
I don't think that was her name.
Thea lady.
Theodosia? I think her name was Theodonia.
No.
Say
No, we're done here.
What have I done?
We're done here.
I think it's Theoden was her name.
Okay, I'm gonna go find Theoden.
He actually closes his eyes, and you see what originally was kind of faded into his skin. You actually see this jewel light up. There was actually originally like skin tone, and it lights up on his forehead. And you actually see he concentrates for a moment before opening his eyes. Give it a moment, and you actually after a moment you're like, yes, Elder, I'm coming. Let go of me. I know, that's what I'm saying to her, I'm doing! And this
Verity's just walking in
this bustly woman,
Swimming in place.
Right.
Woman.
yeah, she's very voluptuous.
Oh, I wish I was there.
Oh, we wish we're paying attention.
I'm busy doing other
You're
stuff.
looking at
She's-
somebody else who's voluptuous.
She's got a
Staring at someone
head
else's tits.
full of black curls, and she's got this beautiful, like cream-colored skin, and she is nothing but curves. And she comes in, and she's decked out in jewelry as it is. And she comes over and is like, "Yes, Elder, what did you need?" And he goes, "This young man," and like he points right at you, and his hand is basically the size of your face. If
I
not
was like,
bigger.
Verity is probably scooted closer to look at this gem in his face.
No.
Fingers like,
Whoa!
Whoa, you are significantly closer than you were but a moment ago.
It's basically like you almost get booped in the face. And forgive me. He like then points down instead. This one requires your assistance, and she like is like, "Oh, really?" And she like bustles over to you, and is like, "What did you need, darling?"
Well, I was just looking for like some jeweler's tools, cause like I have some jewels that I was gonna try and set in a necklace.
"Oh, I can help you with that." And she like links arms with you,
But I don't have
and
the
then
jewels yet.
goes with you, and then just drags you off. Look, it's
Brigitte
another
will put
you.
Brigitte will put the gift that she received from these people in a pocket, not her bag, but just like a random pocket on her person, and just be like, "Bye, Verity. It was nice knowing you." And telepathically, because you know it doesn't work like that.
There, but she still does the gesture like she's yelling.
Bye. I guess I will ask the elder if he knows of a. Well, no, you asked about a jeweler.
I asked for a jewel kit and a weaponsmith. So if you were nearby, you would have heard the answer about the weaponsmith.
Well, it depends on how far the telepathy goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or if it's
Oh, that's
targeted.
true. You would not have heard because it was.
Or if it's targeted.
He
or if it's just broadcast. Or
He broadcasts.
people on the other side of the lake like, why are you telling me this?
I already know. Consider it like normal conversation to an extent. There's a range. You can choose
But
to
yeah,
tune it out.
I asked for a dueling kit and for if they had somewhere that you could potentially get magical weapons.
And you were kidnapped by
And
the
I was
jeweler.
kidnapped by the jeweler.
By
Rip Verity. The group
We hardly knew you.
The busty jeweler.
Yeah.
I would like to speak to the weaponsmith
Some
if
hustle and her
possible.
bustle.
Yes.
He holds up a finger and does the thing
Very
again where
large
his
finger.
You're about to be
jewel
kidnapped too, Brigade.
his jewel lights up on his forehead. A moment, please.
Hey.
And
Elevator
Beefcake
music.
mermaid swims up.
A beefcake mermaid on top of the
Beefcakemermaid.tumblr.com.
For your tumblr, we hardly knew ye.
Actually, it's a relatively thin gentleman.
I have some questions.
Comes
Okay.
like he's almost eel-like.
Flingy.
He comes wafting in. He goes, "Yes, Elder." And before he points, he kind of like takes a stock of where you are and finally points. This one requires your assistance.
Steve.
Of course, Master. And he turns to you and goes, "What can I help you with?"
Give me some nice brigade! Verity yells as he's dragged away.
Bye! What weapons do you wield?
Currently I have a
Like daggers?
rapier and a short sword and a dagger.
Okay.
I have 5 daggers.
No, it's two
When here.
Generally, I use a rapier.
Mine are actually listed as in boot and in
I just have 5
Master
daggers.
Weaponsmith,
Wherever I so choose to have them.
my friends and I require some upgrades to our weapons as we've discovered that they are not up to par with your wonderful world and the terrible creatures that inhabit it.
He just kind of nods.
I need to stab things more
nods
effectively.
sagely.
Pulls help stab more effectively. Pulls. Help pulls!
What can I do for you then?
Well, my friend who was just kidnapped by your jeweler,
She'll let him go eventually.
good. We would like to enhance his rapier, and then also Brigitte will pull out her double-bladed scimitar that she had silver because she thought that was a great idea. And ask if he can possibly enchant both of these to where that they imbibe a magical property.
What exactly are you looking for?
+1 damage. As +1 damage.
+1/+1.
I just wanted to do more damage.
I just want to be able for it to be considered a not magical weapon, a magical weapon, and not a non-magical weapon.
Basically means +1.
I would like a hello. I would like a +1 sword, please. Can you help me with the +1 sword, please?
And that is not out of character for me to yell when she
I believe I can assist. If you'll follow me, and you'll probably require the weapons that you wish to have enhanced.
Well, if I can
Rapiers
get
are cheap. You can get a new one.
Verity's just lost. Forget him. Lose him forever.
Well, it's just the 5 of us now.
Just the 5 of us.
Just the 5 of us. Oh God, why are we getting stabbed?
You and I and I and I and I.
Did the record skip? No, there's 5 of them.
That was accurate.
All right. Well, Master Weaponsmith.
Good night, everybody.
Master Weaponsmith, if you could start my blade first, I can perhaps retrieve my friend's blade and get that taken care of.
Fair enough. If you wish to find her shop, you'll need to go to the 3rd level on the West Plaza. And he'll just like take the sword and he takes the scimitar and like holds it upright and starts swimming off, which is an odd thing to see because he just kind of
He waggles.
he does the weird like slow thing that eels do.
Slither.
He slithers
Water
in the
slithers.
in the water.
Wow!
The wither slither. It's a classic move by eel.
Watch out for them eels in a fight, man. They
We're more efficient to heal you,
Swims
but
by the
no.
hippocampus.
Yes.
The emaciated hippocampus.
The emancipated hippocampus.
No. I want to be emancipated.
Anyway,
Yeah, Susie.
so yeah, he heads
I'm
off.
responding.
He heads off with your scimitar.
I'm still setting up gear on the one I'm done.
Okay. Probably takes about 15 minutes.
Okay.
I've noticed him by this point, right?
Yes.
I didn't know if I was as distracted as Jeff, but you did roll lower than me, so. Excuse me, Grand Elder.
Ooh, that's a new title. Yes. Good
I will add that to my list of things. Quick, everyone! I am no Grand Elder. As the board
The
has
heroes
declared.
have declared
He
it.
teleports that, or
Yes.
telepaths that.
And then you just hear everyone in the party just stops, and there's literally a collective breathe in and breathe out. They're all just like
Everyone
fuck.
The
telepathically
lake
stops.
drains.
Somebody goes, I don't care. Grand Elder. I am in need of enchanted clothing. Would you please point me?
Like, here's your new seashell bikini. Like, I mean,
that would qualify if it's enchanted. Could you please point me in this direction, sir?
You wish to seek clothing. What are you looking for particularly?
I'm looking for something to enhance my magic and possibly make me less squishy.
I
how
want to be
much
harder
clothes
to
do they let
stand.
down here?
Huh?
How much clothing do we see on people down here?
That's why I figured I'd ask.
Not
Just in
Like-
case
not
there
what
wasn't.
you guys are wearing. You're looking at
We're way overdressed.
yeah, they do have a lot of flesh
Huh.
showing. It's mainly
I
like,
do too now.
It's mainly of because they don't have cloth per se, so they use elements that are down here,
Seashell
namely shells. They probably use something akin to like kelp or seaweed to an
Maybe like a
extent.
shell belt or something. I'm open to whatever.
You get your puka shell necklace.
Yeah, hey, necklace. I don't have any
Hang ten,
jewelry.
dude.
What exactly do you out of game? What
Yes.
exactly are you looking for?
Exactly the whole enhance my magic and not. To
So are
do-
you looking for
Yeah,
something that
self-
makes
like-
your magic more potent to do more damage?
Or are you looking for something that does, like, makes your AC higher and makes you harder to hit?
Either.
Either or? Oh.
Either.
Or yes.
Is something to make
So
me
like
less squishy.
+1 cloth armor.
Okay. You don't really necessarily have cloth armor. Well, they don't have cloth armor because cloth is the closest you can get is light armor, which is because cloth armor doesn't do anything.
Right.
So
But what kind of armor you actually run around in
you can
now?
do
Nothing
light
special
armor.
leather, I think is what I have on.
I think warlocks are proficient in light armor, so it would be
So you have
high
a light armor
studded
version on?
leather. I think are the three versions of.
It should be.
this skull.
Yeah.
under proficiencies and languages.
Yeah, she's wearing a leather armor.
Okay, so whatever the equivalent of a +1 leather armor would be that she could find down here.
Mm,
Because
If
armor
it's not-
armor works like swords and weapons.
Yeah.
You can just +1 them.
yeah, you can.
If they didn't have anything like that, then I was just gonna go try to trail after Brigade and check out the weapons.
Stabby sticks.
Because yeah, like like how we're talking about +1 weapons, where it's like gives you +1 to attack and damage. You can get +1 armor that's like it
Yeah.
usually gives +2. Now it's +3.
Yeah.
So
Boop, 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 boop. It's a shopping episode.
Which at level 7 we should pretty much all be tooling around in.
Yeah, because I don't
Have at least
anything.
one or the other.
Yeah, because I don't have anything. So I was like, it's probably overdue.
I'm not even leather, I'm in clothing.
I stripped out of my leather armor, so
Brown
but you're-
chicken, brown
You're
cow.
better without it.
I'm better without it. Oh no, I lost my sticky. I have my armor back.
Oh, good.
It's the sticky note is my armor.
Verity's just sticky notes.
I mean that absolutely sounds like Verity would. That
Wake up! You're the DM.
Oh yes, it's exactly what I should give you.
Yes. What is it?
The Hand of Orcus.
Yes.
Oh, fuck
You
off.
should give us that, and then we will ruin everything and just destroy the world.
Okay, that's better.
No, you should just give us a deck of many things.
No, give us the deck of silly things. That's
no,
even funnier.
that would be pretty.
And then the game just ends.
Yeah,
yeah.
depending on what it is.
The deck
No,
of silly things.
the game
I have
just
that.
ends.
No matter what it is.
The game just ends.
No, Asmodene, you cannot have the Eye of Vecna if we can't have the Hand of Orcus.
I don't remember if exactly is the Hand of Orcus that I saw. I just saw hand. Anyway.
I say it should be the Hand of Vecna.
Well, if he wants the eye, we get the hand.
Nobody's getting.
I want the tooth.
There's no
just
there's
not
no
mine.
tooth.
Dumb.
Like,
Anyway.
Vecna.
Trying to think.
Why don't you just roll a percentage?
Once again, here's your +1 clamshell bikini top.
I'll wear it over my leather armor. They'll probably break it.
Would that still be enticing to lead?
Probably.
See?
Yeah.
Probably.
Are you in boob leather or regular leather?
Regular leather.
Well, then it would definitely show off that, so he would definitely be enticed by that, yeah.
I figured it'd be anything he'd be enticed by. Right?
I mean, in most things, yes.
He will. He kind of gives a moment and is like, I think we can accommodate that. And he does the gym thing again. And y'all just want me to keep coming up with characters.
What's this one's name?
It's alright, I'm going to ask the name and description of everyone that's watching the concert.
You're not getting it.
They're all copy paste as one.
It's just one.
It's just one. It's
just Ariel.
1,000 times.
It's 1,000 Ariels.
Varying red and black hair.
extra 1, extra 2,
And then
extra 3.
maybe there's one with blonde hair, and there's maybe
Yeah, right.
occasionally one with a scarf.
You might text or message Brian outside of chat because I don't think that he's still in it.
We'll see. We'll see if he's actually paying attention right now.
Yeah, I don't know that he's actually in it.
Let's see.
I know. Yeah, there's only 4 voice actors and they're all Steve Bloom.
Fine!
Dwarven!
Dwarven crafts! Straight
Dwarven
from Dwarven
crafts!
crafts! You won't find any better!
God.
Okay. After a moment, a merwoman, she's very lithe in her appearance, dark skin, thick curly hair, almost afro, and she's wearing her own version of what appears to be a leather armor. It's not leather as you're wearing. It actually appears to be some sort of aquatic creature that has been skinned.
Dude, we're going to leave this lady and just gonna smell like fish market everywhere we go.
Yep. And she kind of gives her nod. He goes, "Yes, Elder, what can I do for you?" And he goes, yes.
It's Grand Elder now.
You didn't get the announcement.
You didn't
from
get the
that.
memo.
Did you not get the memo? I'll send you another one.
It went into my spam folder.
He goes, "Yes,
I unfollowed
swift
you on
help.
Facebook. We're still
This
friends,
young-
but I don't
this
see your
young-
updates.
Mortal requires your assistance with armor." And she goes, "Ah." She turns to you and gives a nod. "Well, I can be of assistance. What are you seeking?"
I would like some armor.
Well played.
Yes, that's
Excellent, that's a good
I was
start.
interrupted by the bird.
Unexpected.
the
Big
armor
wingspan.
lady burped at me. So I would like some armor that is going to enhance my damage and or make me less squishy.
I can't do both. I could do one or the other.
Okay, or I'm looking for what you have available.
Probably the easiest thing to do would be make armor that makes you harder to hit.
Would I smell fishy?
I could craft armor from shark hide that we have, or I could perhaps just enhance what you already have.
But you have to strip.
Huh?
You'd have to get out of the armor. So you'd have
Yeah,
to
okay.
freeing it.
Free.
I'm assuming she has a shirt on underneath it.
Yes.
You don't know. Does it say in your character sheet that she has a shirt underneath it?
Am I wearing a shirt? Hold on.
You can determine that without looking at your character sheet.
Clothes, yes.
Yes, I'm wearing a shirt. I have clothes on. So, yes, if you could enhance what I already have, yes.
Oh, perfect. Follow me then. And she leads you actually further up into the city to her shop.
I think Brian's in the middle of a magic game, so
Yeah.
it'll be like 30 minutes before he responds, if that.
We can always say he asked and
Yeah.
figure that out like between sessions or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I have no idea what he would want. Anyways.
But yeah, for those of you who are going to various shops, you are not required to pay much of anything since you are heroes of their village. They don't actually have money varying in
So what they gave us from the garbage pile was it.
if you would like to look at it further, like I said,
Yes.
you estimated it to be, what did I say, 500?
500.
500 gems
Oh.
therein, and there's also other things in there.
Didn't Ramduin have a collection of gems and stuff that we needed to get identified? We needed to ask.
We had 2 vials. There were 2 magical vials.
That's what it was.
That we were thinking about getting identified. I don't know if it's worth it to do it underwater right now, or because once we
Right.
get out of water, we can just take a sip of them and know what they are.
What if it's like, okay, I'll let you do that. I'm not
I'll let
going
Ramduin do that.
And Ramduin's dead.
Ah, you fool! You fell for my trick.
His con is better than mine.
Anyway,
Rip Ramduin.
but yeah, you're not required to pay anything so much, just because you are the heroes and you've done some. They feel that you've done them such a great deed. They will not accept any sort of payment.
So can I get lots of things then?
You're pushing your luck here, buddy.
No.
Ray comes back. She's just fucking decked out and everything. Just total pimp. It's like, you know, this long flowing, this big fucking hat like she's going to church downtown.
You know, like that Kelpie we couldn't hit that took
Oh,
forever?
yeah.
I'm that now.
New.
Totally blinged out.
And
I'll say you get one item,
Sunglasses. For some reason.
one magical item.
just tell me
And
what that
then-
magical item is when you can.
Yeah.
We'll add it.
It's a +1 armor.
Plus 1 leather armor. So it's
So
basically the leather armor you're wearing and your armor class goes up by 1.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And so I get a magic rapier.
Mm-hmm. +1. And then you wanted your scimitar to be a +1.
Yup. I'll let you know how that works out because I was trying to find a +1 double-bladed scimitar.
I
I
can
could not
probably
find
make it.
one. Yeah, so we might have to make it.
Well, don't forget,
Um.
every RPG book is more like guidelines anyway.
Alright, and Brian would also like a +1
I don't
armor,
know
but
what
we need to
it
sort that
Hmm?
out.
How do I change it?
I
We'll,
don't
we'll
know
get
on
that.
that.
Yeah,
We'll do that.
We'll deal with it later.
If
Like-
we'll either deal with it at break or we'll deal with it after session. One of the two.
Amanda? You scratch it out
Okay,
and then you
I.
write it. Oh.
What I would like to
Oh.
do with the
Erase
jewelry
it.
lady,
Mm-hmm.
Erase
I
it.
want to see if she
just-
will either give me a jeweler's kit
That's
so I
more
can
white
mess with
out.
jewels on my
It's
own, or if she will help make a replica of the stone that Brigitte has.
She would be more
Not like magically the same.
No, I know.
An absolute, like,
just visual.
yeah.
She will be more than happy to do both for you.
Perfect.
She'll help you out with it, and it'll help speed up the actual process.
and
then
show
she'll
me
give you-
how to do it.
She'll give you some tips and hints.
Okay.
Tips and hints.
Okay.
So I will say that you. You now have a jeweler's kit.
Okay.
If you choose to use it, you still don't have proficiency in it because you still don't know a full lot about it, but it's just a straight roll plus, I'll say dex.
Okay.
To use it. But you won't get your proficiency bonus on it. But yeah. Did you want anything while you were here? I will say that the items that I gave the group, there was some shit in there, but no one's done any magic bullshit on it.
Well, she was busy,
Fair enough.
and no one else has detect magic.
When Brigitte gets back and when I get back, I will. Yes.
Okay. Because there is something that I did actually put in there for you, which I think you'll like.
All right.
But if you do want anything else, let me know.
It's a ring of punch harder in the face.
I'm all about my decks. So.
It's a
Alright,
ring of
and
punch harder in
once
the
I
face.
finish with the jeweler place, I'll make sure that I get my sword over to the weaponsmith, and then I'm gonna go make sure that I can see the show.
Okay.
Well, I'd like to think it's probably like halfway done by the time you're finished with all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, once my sword is enhanced,
Make sure I'm gonna make sure I go.
I will partake of the food, and then probably go to bed early because I'm tired and I have spell slots.
Wait. Detect magic, because we're back now.
On
Right. On the stuff you has.
Okay.
on the garbage pile.
So in the pile that Brigitte had put in one of her pockets, you do see 2 specks of magic within that pile.
Hey, there are 2 specks of magic within this pile.
Sweet, I shall hold them aside. I shall put them in a different pocket.
Okay.
What are the items? Like, you don't have to tell me magically what they are, but like.
There are 2 rings. One of them is a band of coral, and within it has 2 small gold jewels, 2 small citrines, you'd imagine, that are carved in what appear to be the shape of fists.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is actually a
Wonder who that's
bone. It is a bone that has been carved in the shape of a crocodile.
Okay. Alright, but yeah, I'm gonna make sure that I get to see Jeff's show.
I'm gonna go to Jeff's show too.
Well, what's left of it.
Yes.
But you said the rest of the pile was worth about 500.
500-ish gold gems, stones. They're in magic, or not magic, but precious
Yeah.
stones.
Pearls, rocks,
Shinies.
Mm-hmm.
sea glass.
Seashells.
By the seashore.
Yes.
Okay.
That
Cool.
was a buzz.
Twas not high. Right.
Oh, you were saying something like Randu and wanted whatever with the thingy?
Yeah, I can figure it out outside of stream. 'Cause
Yeah.
He
I
just
thought you mentioned like.
he just wants like a +1 armor.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's gonna be a little bit since it's for him to respond.
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think it's a fine.
Fair.
He'd be alright.
Okay.
So yeah. I guess if you would like to roll your performance check.
He big die.
Wow!
Do it.
Oh God.
Imagine a laser show happening right now.
Yep. Destroy that poor little box. Mermaid in it.
24.
Okay.
It wasn't a very good roll.
It's interesting, because water and vibrations.
That's funny. Sound actually travels faster underwater
I know.
for the stream, which is like water.
Ha 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 ha.
Eh.
But yeah, they the mermaids are enthralled by it. They've never heard anything quite like it before.
I'd imagine so.
So it's fun. I will say that when the party or when your show ends, you will actually have one of them approach you and ask since you shared with them, they'd be more than happy to share with you.
Song.
Oh yeah, I'm all for that.
Okay.
What song are you playing right now? What song did you play?
Oh, that was Death Clock Mermaider.
So not Slayer.
As Medina was asking.
That's what he meant.
Oh.
Bless our Australian follower.
No, I have played Slayer before. I have more on deck. I need more chances to perform.
Who are you looking at? Sweet. You get to learn a song.
But they kind of make sure that you're the only one there. And they actually swim back further away from you before they start singing. And you can, as the sound passes over, and it's a beautifully ethereal song, as the music passes past you, you actually realize that you're just outside of a range of an actual, like, magical effect. And they will sing this song and then slowly but surely come closer to you, and you can feel not only do you get to hear the song, but you also get to feel the magic. And they are performing at such a level that you're not becoming basically incapacitated from the music, or having to actually roll to remain from being incapacitated.
So make that roll.
You don't have to. They're actually performing it as such a. They're not imbuing it with enough magic to actually cause you to do that. But with you listening to it enough, and with your ability to pick up music and your ability to cast Fey magic from having learned with Jimmy, you will actually, with you learning their song, you will actually gain access to basically a new ability that I will give you.
Detail.
Details
break.
Details to follow.
So, but yes.
Okay, that's amazing.
You gain you realize that basically their song can incapacitate people.
Yay! Sing people to death, Jeb.
This is cool.
Yay!
That's good.
But yeah.
Alright, now Verity's gonna take a nap after the show. Wherever.
Long rest. Holy shit, please.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna ask, like, you don't have to actually come up with it, but I'm gonna, like, so, that was pretty hot. You wanna, like,
Do you want to go have sex?
They are not.
Okay, do you know someone who is?
Let's not and say we did.
It's worth a shot.
But yeah.
No fish tacos.
No fish talk.
But yeah, the village is more than happy to basically cater to most of your whims.
Good save.
And you guys are allowed to sleep, which is very odd to say, but you're basically like in beds of coral. Like, you know
cozy.
the corals that are like really like
Like,
like the
jagged
clownfish?
shit.
No,
that's
they're
not
the
a coral. That's an anemone.
oh, they're part of the coral reef.
No, they're okay.
They live in the water too.
You're aquatic. Fuck off. You're all clownfish for the night.
Basically.
You know, clownfish can change genders.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
I do.
So
Yeah,
we-
which actually Nemo's
Yeah.
dad would have very quickly turned into Nemo's mom.
But
So,
anyway.
anyways.
But yeah, basically you're led to beds of sea anemones to sleep in for the night, which is actually relatively comfortable. You
Squishy.
find.
Boring, boring.
So yeah.
Hooray!
So if you guys would like to take a long rest,
Yes.
do that.
Well,
a resounding
then.
yes.
I have
I
more
probably
than
just blew out the mic doing that.
I have more than 3 spell slots again.
Yay! I can't make her do and take a long rest, but he has.
I can, because
You
I'm
can.
the DM. D&D.
Is there?
You will rest.
Is there, before we get the full long rest, is there anybody that you guys can think of that Ramduin could message, or that you want to use that
Oh,
for?
speaking of, do your thing first.
Before, because he usually does that before he goes to bed, so is there anyone that we want to send a message to that Ramduin knows?
I mean, we already talked with Oberon,
Yeah.
who said basically
Yeah.
it's worthless to talk to Puck. Who...
Did we need to? We probably didn't need to send
he-
anything to Tatiana, right?
No.
No, he doesn't actually know the Horse Lord, but Oberon was going to send that message anyway.
Yeah.
Going cross-planar, there's a chance it fails. And I don't know if there's anyone even on other planes that's really...
Yeah, I'm just checking.
That's why I'm just, like, talking
Yeah.
out loud, like...
We're not messaging God, so...
I mean, we could message God.
We could
when
try and
we're
message
on.
God again. That went so well the last time we did it. He did transport that halfling
I mean, he
dude.
did. I mean... If all this shit is on that level, you know, trying to talk to the Stormlord wouldn't be horrible, because this does sound pretty apocalyptic.
Yeah. So maybe he sends a message to the Stormlord and just says, look, there is bad
Listen
stuff
here,
happening
bitch.
in the Feywild. The balance of the world is in jeopardy. You know, please guide my hand at what, if there is something that we should do. Something to that effect. Does that work for everybody?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay.
This is
That's
random.
enough characters, yeah.
Yeah.
Horseman.
Was it 25 words?
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
Yeah.
Send it using emojis. Those count.
Just
Cry-
horse
crying,
emoji.
crying face, crying face.
Eggplant, eggplant. Wait, shit.
Hey, what are you doing, eggplant?
Eggplant.
Shit, wrong
water,
person.
Water.
I have given him a long rest.
Okay.
So if you would like to update your thing.
Okay, but yeah, so he's gonna send a message to the Stormlord and basically ask for guidance on what he should do. And see if he gets an
Just,
answer.
I mean, let him know the situation, let him know
Yeah.
what we're working on.
Yeah, just
as much as
basically
possible,
basically
you
say
know.
the balance of the Feywild.
Balance of Feywild in jeopardy
Geo party.
could destroy all of everything.
All of everything.
all the things.
All of all.
Shit getting real, yo. Have to find some old Verity floozy. This is Ramduin Horseman.
No, he doesn't have to. You don't have to identify him
I know.
anymore. Yeah.
I know.
But maybe he wants to.
Also, what are you doing? Eggplant cuts off.
Wait, last four words.
Pass that.
What are you wearing?
Yes, that's what we should send.
It was too good to not share.
Carolyn, I would like to do something when you're ready.
Okay.
I forgot. Hold on. I'm going to do something.
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh shit, stand back.
I'm
Oh no, the DM's doing something. The DM's got out the books. Uh-oh.
And suddenly while you were sleeping, you were
I know,
attacked.
she's been so kind and been like, sure, you can have that new weapon. Sure, you can have that new armor. Look, I gave you some magic. Oh, and
Hope you enjoyed that because now
Brigitte-
you're dead.
Brigitte, maybe you should give the fisticuff ring to the monk before bed so that he can sleep with it.
Yeah, give the monk the fisting ring.
The ring of fisting.
Take that from your pocket.
The ring of fisting.
We are grown ups.
All of you were fired.
I are adult.
100% fired.
I are adult.
But yes, I will find you, sir,
The
5% chance.
and hand you the ring and just be like, look, it has fists on it. I'm
Think this
It
might
seems
be
suited
It
to
seems
you.
suited for
Maybe.
you, so the way you attune to stuff is generally you have to spend 30 minutes thinking about it, not really hard or anything, but like you can also just sleep with it on and it'll figure its life out or something, I don't know, just like sleep with it in your hand.
it's got osmosis up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, basically when you slip it on, it magically adjusts to the exact size of your finger.
Oh my.
But yeah.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Okay.
Does it
I'm
give
gonna
a
take
certain-
I'm
that
picking up
other
what you
ring
know.
that's in there,
I'm there.
before I go to bed, I'm
I
gonna
got you.
take 30 minutes to focus on it.
You have 3 items attuned to you, don't you?
I do.
Then what are you unattuning to?
I'm going to unattune from my, because it's not been as helpful as I want it to have been, I'm gonna unattune from. I'm gonna unattune from my Cloak of Elvenkind.
Okay.
Just so I can figure out what this damn ring is, because I'm curious.
Okay.
Well, you never actually really had your Cloak of Elvenkind, only for like a session now.
I mean, yeah, it's not really proven so useful thus far. But yeah.
Yeah.
What is the ring?
So you basically gain the ability to polymorph into a crocodile.
Oh, hell.
It's basically like a druid's
Wild shape.
wild shape. You retain the your wisdom. You retain your wisdom, intelligence, and charisma,
Okay.
but you keep the crocodile's strength, dex, and con.
Okay.
And it lasts for, I think, as long as the polymorph spell lasts, but it's the only
An
thing.
hour.
An hour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
an hour.
But yeah, you can
Trust
turn.
me, I know.
But yeah,
Polymorph.
it's basically you cast polymorph on yourself and turn into a crocodile for an hour.
Okay.
Alright then.
Cool.
And then
How about the
What's the
ring
name
of
of
the
this
ring?
it is called the
Ring of fisting.
it is called the Ring of Mighty Fists.
You know, it wasn't
It
far.
wasn't far.
Sure was.
It basically, so this ring, while wearing this ring, you gain a +2 to all unarmed attacks and damage rolls.
Nice.
Fuck me.
I'm not going to be feeling the most damage.
Dude,
for
you're going to be
long.
+9 and doing D6 plus 6 now.
That's two.
You like them, don't you?
Dude,
So
like I
it's
say,
plus
he's
two
punching
damage.
at +9 and does D6
yes,
plus
and
6.
I don't
which is
think
hot.
you actually have to attune to it. Hold on, let me confirm that.
Well, he
That
stopped
was
and they
kinda
just want to
bullshitty.
sleep with it, just to sleep with it.
He's just wearing
I
it.
might have written down something wrong. That's why I said let me confirm.
Can confirm, need to confirm.
Punch.
Punch.
Punch. Oh, yeah.
Oh
yeah.
no!
You're going to be giving people a lot of flying punches.
Yeah, I guess I have to create it.
Yeah, you have to attune to it. Why am I
Okay.
closing that? I need that.
She can add it to your character sheet
Yeah.
as well.
Oh yeah, I'll
That's
go
what
ahead
he
and
was doing.
see what I can do to add that in.
Well, what I mean is Carolyn can literally just create it and
Oh.
give it to
And
you
put it
on
in your
D&D
character sheet.
Beyond, so you don't have
Okay.
to worry about it because she knows everything about the item rather than you trying to piece it together.
Yeah, I can
yeah.
basically do everything on D&D Beyond and add it to your character sheet.
I'll take that.
So,
Cool. We got
Alright.
stuff.
I wanted to do something when you were ready. Just wanted to
right,
remind
right.
you.
Yes, and I will get you a postcard for the thing that you learned later.
Sweet.
Okay. I think that was everything. So yes, what did you want to do?
I wanted to. I know I've been having bad connection because in Feywild, but
Mhm.
I wanted to try again and reach out to my patron.
Okay, meet me in Arcana check.
Then no.
What if I just successfully? Okay.
What if I just
But what if I
did
just
it?
didn't?
15.
Okay. There's rather than it being like a full-on vision like you typically normally have, you just get the sense of presence and you hear the voice. Yes, my child.
Oh, I'm so glad I got a hold of you because I've been trying. Anyway,
Holy shit!
I've
this
been
is
blowing up your
really
phone.
bad.
let's connection.
You don't know who I've been traveling with. These morons.
So, my queen, I've been in the Feywild.
Ah, that would explain why our connection has been so fuzzy.
Right, I figured so. So if you've been trying to reach me, that's why. So I wanted to let you know as urgent as possible that there are some issues going on here that are probably pretty certainly going to impact the world that I reside in. And I know that's a world that you care very, very much about, with it being maybe possibly a future home. So I wanted to. Can I just skip and just pretend that I told her everything that? Yeah, just to save time.
Yeah.
Okay, so I fill in the
So
patron
from the
queen.
beginning.
She now knows everything I know.
Okay. Ah, I see. Well, I shall grant you as much power as I can.
Thank you.
Continue your search.
Okay, let me know if anything changes. Hopefully, I won't be in here for too much longer, but hopefully I'll try to contact you when we get out in case you tried to reach me and couldn't.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Be safe.
Thank you, my lady.
You?
I wasn't there.
Beep, 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 beep.
I was learning a song and then getting cock blocked.
Alright. Anybody else? Anyone anything? Anything else? Anything else? Going
No,
once? Going twice?
But come morning, I will reattune to my cloak of elven kind.
Okay. Okay. I guess.
Wait, that ring that you got, it was...
Basically a ring of polymorph that lets you turn into a
Ring of
crocodile.
Power. Thank you. I drew a blank. Thank you.
No, you're fine.
It's called the Ring of Beasts.
Ring of Crocodile.
Pinky out fancy.
Chomp. Ring of Chomp Chomp Chomp.
Rippy the Gator goes chomp chomp chomp.
Yes.
For all you arrogant Worms fans out there.
But now it's 4 o'clock, so I feel like now would be an appropriate time to really take a break.
You have lemon pie.
Ooh, pie. I can have another slice.
I can have a first slice of pie. Yeah, break.
Yes.
So we're gonna go on break. We'll be back.
Yeah,
Nice.
I made pie.
Pie.
We want pie.
So we'll be back.
Pie.
BRB. Boop.
No time was wasted in assembling a squad. This pitchfork army on a mission sent from God. No witch was safe from Reverend Paris's brigade. Their crusade, their crusade, their crusade. Call the magistrate and don't you wait another minute, cause this town is going to hell if we don't put away the sinning. And we got no time to let a jury have their turn. Let 'em burn, let 'em burn, let 'em burn. The damned were crammed into a carriage on the square. Their faces battered and their bodies all were bare. The Reverend led them to an isolated hill. Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. One by one their necks were snapped beneath the cedar tree. The spirits vanished and the demons all were free. They dug a hole to hold the devilish remains. They were slain, they were slain, they were slain. The town was safe from all those wicked dissidents. They could continue with their life of innocence, dispensing justice from a higher power. They built a church atop the spirits and the bones. Their moans were heard as they were laying down the stones. But the witches got revenge beneath that steeple bell. They cast a spell, sent the Reverend to hell. time was wasted in assembling a squad. This pitchfork army on a mission sent from God. No witch was safe from Reverend Paris's brigade. Their crusade, their crusade, their crusade. Call the magistrate and don't you wait another minute, cause this town is going to hell if we don't put away the sinning. And we got no time to let a jury have their turn. Let 'em burn, let 'em burn, let 'em burn. The damned were crammed into a carriage on the square. Their faces battered and their bodies all were bare. The Reverend led them to an isolated hill. Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. One by one their necks were snapped beneath the cedar tree. The spirits vanished and the demons all were free. They dug a hole to hold the devilish remains. They were slain, they were slain, they were slain. The town was safe from all those wicked dissidents. They could continue with their life of innocence, dispensing justice from a higher power. They built a church atop the spirits and the bones. Their moans were heard as they were laying down the stones. But the witches got revenge beneath that steeple bell. They cast a spell, sent the Reverend to hell. No time was wasted in assembling a squad. This pitchfork army on a mission sent from God. No witch was safe from Reverend Paris's brigade. Their crusade, their crusade, their crusade. Call the magistrate and don't you wait another minute, cause this town is going to hell if we don't put away the sinning. And we got no time to let a jury have their turn. Let 'em burn, let 'em burn, let 'em burn. The damned were crammed into a carriage on the square. Their faces battered and their bodies all were bare. The Reverend led them to an isolated hill. Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. One by one their necks were snapped beneath the cedar tree. The spirits vanished and the demons all were free. They dug a hole to hold the devilish remains. They were slain, they were slain, they were slain. The town was safe from all those wicked dissidents. They could continue with their life of innocence, dispensing justice from a higher power. built a church atop the spirits and the bones. Their moans were heard as they were laying down the stones. But the witches got revenge beneath that steeple bell. They cast a spell, sent the reverend to hell. No time was wasted in assembling a squad. This pitchfork army on a mission sent from God. No witch was safe from Reverend Paris's brigade. Their crusade, their crusade, their crusade. Call the magistrate and don't you wait another minute, 'cause this town is going to hell if we don't put away the sinning. And we got no time to let a jury have their turn. Let 'em burn, let 'em burn, let 'em burn. The damned were crammed into a carriage on the square. Their faces battered and their bodies all were bare. The Reverend led them to an isolated hill. Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. One by one their necks were snapped beneath the cedar tree. The spirits vanished and the demons all were free. They dug a hole to hold the devilish remains. They were slain, they were slain, they were slain. The town was safe from all those wicked dissidents. They could continue with their life of innocence, dispensing justice from a higher power. They built a church atop the spirits and the bones. Their moans were heard as they were laying down the stones. But the witches got revenge beneath that steeple bell. They cast a spell, sent the reverend to hell. time was wasted in assembling a squad. This pitchfork army on a mission sent from God. No witch was safe from Reverend Paris's brigade. Their crusade, their crusade, their crusade. Call the magistrate and don't you wait another minute, cause this town is going to hell if we don't put away the sinning. And we got no time to let a jury have their turn. Let 'em burn, let 'em burn, let 'em burn. The damned were crammed into a carriage on the square. Their faces battered and their bodies all were bare. The Reverend led them to an isolated hill. Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. One by one their necks were snapped beneath the cedar tree. The spirits vanished and the demons all were free. They dug a hole to hold the devilish remains. They were slain, they were slain, they were slain. The town was safe from all those wicked dissidents. They could continue with their life of innocence, dispensing justice from a higher power. They built a church atop the spirits and the bones. Their moans were heard as they were laying down the stones. But the witches got revenge beneath that steeple bell. They cast a spell, sent the Reverend to hell. No time was wasted in assembling a squad. This pitchfork army on a mission sent from God. No witch was safe from Reverend Paris's brigade. Their crusade, their crusade, their crusade. Call the magistrate and don't you wait another minute, cause this town is going to hell if we don't put away the sinning. And we got no time to let a jury have their turn. Let 'em burn, let 'em burn, let 'em burn. The damned were crammed into a carriage on the square. Their faces battered and their bodies all were bare. The Reverend led them to an isolated hill. Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. One by one their necks were snapped beneath the cedar tree. The spirits vanished and the demons all were free. They dug a hole to hold the devilish remains. They were slain, they were slain, they were slain. The town was safe from all those wicked dissidents. They could continue with their life of innocence, dispensing justice from a higher power. built a church atop the spirits and the bones. Their moans were heard as they were laying down the stones. But the witches got revenge beneath that steeple bell. They cast a spell, sent the reverend to hell. No time was wasted in assembling a squad. This pitchfork army on a mission sent from God. No witch was saved from Reverend Paris's brigade. Their crusade, their crusade, their crusade. Call the magistrate and don't you wait another minute, 'cause this town is going to hell if we don't put away the sinning. And we got no time to let a jury have their turn. Let 'em burn, let 'em burn, let 'em burn. The damned were crammed into a carriage on the square. Their faces battered and their bodies all were bare. The Reverend led them to an isolated hill. Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. One by one their necks were snapped beneath the cedar tree. The spirits vanished and the demons all were free. They dug a hole to hold the devilish remains. They were slain, they were slain, they were slain. The town was safe from all those wicked dissidents. They could continue with their life of innocence, dispensing justice from a higher power. They built a church atop the spirits and the bones. Their moans were heard as they were laying down the stones. But the witches got revenge beneath that steeple bell. They cast a spell, sent the reverend to hell. time was wasted in assembling a squad. This pitchfork army on a mission sent from God. No witch was safe from Reverend Paris's brigade. Their crusade, their crusade, their crusade. Call the magistrate and don't you wait another minute, cause this town is going to hell if we don't put away the sinning. And we got no time to let a jury have their turn. Let 'em burn, let 'em burn, let 'em burn. The damned were crammed into a carriage on the square. Their faces battered and their bodies all were bare. The Reverend led them to an isolated hill. Time to kill, time to kill, time to kill. One by one their necks were snapped beneath the cedar tree. The spirits vanished and the demons all were free. They dug a hole to hold the devilish remains. They were slain, they were slain, they were slain.
Thank you so much for waiting, Internet. We are back.
And thanks for the follow, Jade Vala.
Hey! Yay, a follower!
Hooray!
Exciting!
What's up?
Hello!
So we took a nice fishy nap.
In the anemones. In a lake.
Didn't get any tacos.
No action.
No tacos.
Is that a new song, though?
It's a song. Which would be interesting to see how useful it is. But
Okay.
Song that dames somebody?
Verity.
I mean, all my songs do that.
Verity is gonna get up early and try the jeweler's kit to make another fake gem.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a
Dex with no proficiency.
Right.
Dirty 20.
Okay. You from your trained eye, you think you've got a pretty good shape going. It looks very passable. You think that you could. It would probably be very hard to tell it from the real one.
Okay. And that
Oh,
one's
just
gonna be
realized
dark
something.
blue. What?
Keep going. It's where one. Keep going.
But yeah, so that fake is gonna be a dark blue one.
Okay.
Ray's gonna get up and visit with mer people and try to learn as much about mer culture as she can.
Okay.
I'm gonna wake up, swim my way to the little edge of the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
I'm mostly asleep. Get a cigarette. And get on my flint and tinder.
Wait a minute.
Shit, I ruined a cigarette.
I'm gonna try to eat it.
I'm gonna start chewing on it. Yeah.
Get that nicotine rush.
Just.
While you're doing that, go ahead and make me a bardic lore roll.
Oh yeah. To
So yeah,
explain
as,
to the stream, way back in 3.5, there was a
yes.
fantastic ability called Bardic Knowledge.
Or yeah, bardic knowledge.
It's a fantastic skill. Bards, because they pick up bits and songs from here, legends, are in a lot of taverns, a lot of drunkards telling tales. You know, sometimes someone says something, you're like, kind of reminds me of something. And they could make a Bardic Knowledge roll. WotC in their infinite wisdom did not decide to put that in 5. However, the gracious DM that we have is like, that's actually a pretty kind of cool ability.
As I was thinking about that, and I was like, why isn't there like a lore? Like, why does it have to be history? That's so stupid.
But I was talking about 3.5 and Bardic Knowledge, and like I say, our DM was like, yeah, you have that sort of thing.
Done.
And so I now have a new ability. That's Bardic Lore. It is my intelligence modifier plus my proficiency plus 1/2 my level. So as I gain levels, I'll get better at it. And basically, I can make a d20 check. I know I've got 2 in my hand. I'll just roll 1.
I know.
Sounds better for clacking.
And
And
Goblin brain.
goblin brain like the noise.
basically, random bullshit sort of knowledge. 10.
Okay.
Because I rolled 2.
Well, you know, it happens.
Two
You're chewing on a cigarette. You're a little distracted.
You know what?
He tried to light a cigarette underwater.
Actually, just
um,
flint and-
Son of a bitch.
Real.
You know, and you're just sitting there chewing on a cigarette. There is,
Mixed with seawater.
as you're kind of like, your brain is like replaying the day, it gets hung up on the Lady of the Lake and her dislike of mortals. And you recall that there is a story about a woman, particularly who could change between that of a human and a swan. And that she had a mortal lover.
This is important. This is appropriate.
I think I see what you're doing here.
I have a lot of fingers going towards me right now.
Oh dear.
Okay, continue.
Oh God, yeah.
Public domain.
Don't look at me as you explain the story, but continue.
But there was tale of a woman who was trapped on a lake. And the fairy tale is that once she found her true love, the spell would be broken and she would be a mortal woman again. However, there are two tales. One is where they live happily ever after. She becomes immortal and goes on. There's another tale that's a little darker that tales that she was never mortal to begin with. When the mortal man discovered that he actually ended up trying to murder her brood that they had together. And he never returned from his foray into the Feywild.
That fit with the music beautifully.
I know, it
did that
didn't
really well.
Thanks,
All right,
Lake
so that
Ballet.
story comes crashing to you as you chew your cigarette.
Basically.
With the music and everything.
The music hits first.
What?
Music story.
That's how Bart's brain works.
Yep, music first. Okay.
Do I learn anything of important value that would be worth sharing with the group about her people and culture and whatnot?
It's a culture that's very heavily reliant upon trade, and like a lot of things in the Feywild and not in tradition, a lot of things are also based on favors. So you do get a sense that trade and favors are very big here. As far as their general demeanor, they're not quite. They're more, if you ask them, they are of the summer court, belonging more towards the summer court than they are the spring court. So they're much more passionate. Those who take on a skill or a life, we'll say skills mainly, but some aspects of life, they are very passionate about that one aspect of life, and they go with it gung-ho.
Hence the jewelry lady being like fucking absolutely gung-ho about
Basically.
you're gonna fucking learn how to do this.
So
Man, why couldn't I have found the village harlot?
look.
I tried.
You tried one person.
I put out my homing beacon, my show. They didn't show. Or they did, and I got dragged away by the other one first.
You have a concerned finger tappy.
Well, I'm trying to think of, like, there's a way that I could actually put that knowledge to use.
Roll an intelligence check.
Now you know why she's bitter.
Yeah, now she knows why she doesn't like mortals and
Leverage.
potentially.
Look, lady, don't confuse me with your jilted lover. That'll go over well.
I mean, that, but more diplomatically, in a sense.
Look, bitch.
So
Yeah.
while Jeff is chewing his cigarette and thinking,
Mm-hmm.
Anyone that comes across him is like,
yeah, there's a lot of heckin' big concerns. I will basically want to try and take the fake gem that the lady helped me make and see if I can make it look like it's part of my periaptive wound closure.
Like how?
I assume there's somewhere that a gem or something could
Just
fit.
somehow.
Add another place setting in there somehow.
Yeah, like a place setting or something that I could make it look like it's a part of it.
I mean, you could. Yeah, I mean, you can. I guess it would just probably look weird because if you're trying to make it so that it's like dangling, then you'll have two dangles. Unless you're just trying to.
No, I'm
to
basically
download.
trying to put the gemstone at a point that if someone did detect magic, they wouldn't be able to tell if the stone was or wasn't magical as easily because it is with a magical item. Is essentially.
So you're
what I'm
basically trying to cover the
I'm
periapt
trying
with
to
the jewel.
basically make it look like the jewel itself is magical by using it in my periapt so that it's not immediately obvious if someone is checking for magical items. Look, Verity didn't get to be a rogue by not being shady, so I'm gonna put it to good use.
I will say go ahead and make a jeweler's check.
But no. Hear me out, what have I did?
What if I just automatically was able to do everything I needed?
I mean, that would be helpful.
18.
No, it's like 8.
I had to stop because I was like, I'm not adding 7 to this. So I did right. I had 4.
Okay. Yeah, you get it to a point where you're pretty sure that if someone were to be casting, detect magic or something, you're like 95% sure that it looks like it's right in line with it.
Hey, Adrale, what does my necklace look like? Does it look like it's magical? Does this look like it's magical? Does
Well,
this
there's a
look okay?
95% chance, so roll a d20 on a 20, you can tell. Nope.
13.
If you said 5% chance, that's 1 in 20.
No, 95% that he is.
Yeah, so there's a 5% chance that you would be able to tell.
Would not or would?
Would be able to tell.
That you could tell it was not a magical.
Oh, great! Got it! Brain! Bing!
Light bulb!
Basically.
Like you say, you're like 95% sure no one could tell that it's... So it's like on a nat 20, a magic user
You
would be
can't
like,
tell that it's a magic item. Got it. Yes,
Rolled a
you're
nat
good.
20, so
Okay, thanks.
at least for Ray.
Yeah. That's the only detect magic beacon I know, so.
I mean, technically that's one of the spells I can take.
Yeah, but why?
Exactly.
Alright.
So,
I'm gonna be up and ready to go. Oh, Asmodine, thanks
Thank
for
you,
subscribing. Oh, we love you.
Hearts incoming.
Aussie,
Why did
Aussie,
you break
Aussie.
the heart?
I didn't mean to break the heart, but it was there. Alright? Fuck off! I'm tired.
Anyway.
Okay. But yeah, so we're up. Verity is actually up early and trying to get people moving.
Okay.
You see me just like...
It's a very consternated look.
What are you eating?
Barry just shakes his
Cigarette.
head and walks off.
Why are you eating a cigarette?
Nicotine.
Can't smoke it.
Okay. I'm gonna go over there.
We're gonna learn how to. Well, actually, no, that wouldn't help either. I was gonna say, let's learn how to make tobacco tea.
See, now I'm just
Give me
thinking,
a-
like, next time he gets into an above-water town, he's definitely going to pick up some dip.
God. That's disgusting.
Yes, it is.
Please don't. Anyway. So yeah, you guys are rounded up by Verity. And you are, again, kind of showered with food and praise and thanks.
Literally, buckets and just...
By the way, just making sure that I restate it. I am unattuning from the ring and reattuning to my cloak of elven kind.
Gotcha.
Is Grand Elder there? I mean, I know not there, but like behind the.
He's actually in his home. If you ask after him,
That house. I wonder how big that home is.
Well, I mean, there's the 2 4-foot-high piles of rocks, so he's got a 6-foot-high pile of rocks.
Rocks are about to fall on you.
So anyways, that's how Jeff died.
But the most of the inhabitants say that he very rarely comes out and typically stays in his lair.
So let's go find the lady and do this thing.
We do that.
We do the
So
same.
we swim to the center of the lake and then bloop, 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 bloop.
Look for the mirror.
Glub glub glub.
Go ahead and everyone make me a perception check.
No!
Perception.
Okay, Verity is purple.
Okay,
Ramduin
nope.
is pink.
I thought he was a lot darker skinned than that.
Oh, Ramduin did good!
And a bag of chips, Susan.
Crisps, because he's Australian.
Fuck!
That's like when we were in the room.
I know.
That's a great roll.
That was so funny.
Ramduin got a 25.
Okay.
Damn it.
Well, he found the mirror.
You said perception, correct?
yes.
Okay.
Verity got a 3.
Okay.
10.
Okay.
12.
Okay.
15.
Okay.
8.
Okay. So Ramduin and Ma. As you guys are swimming down, you catch the glint of, because as you guys are starting to go down, it's getting darker and darker. And
I'll
you
light up another cigarette.
with light. And you
With my 60 feet of dark vision.
With
That
my
I don't actually
120
see.
feet of dark vision.
2 of his 120 feet of dark vision.
But I'm not.
What do
paying
my
attention.
eyes see? My 3. No.
My brain.
You see the back of Ray's head.
Yeah. Forget your cloak is in the way.
We'll swim underneath it!
Billowing in the water.
I'm tangled in it.
That's not my cloak you're tangled in!
but
Stop touching things,
Ma
Verity.
and Ramduin, you catch the glint of light as the light goes on cigarette, and you see the mirror down below, and you're able to guide your group to the mirror.
Look, dumbasses.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
If Verity wasn't distracting, I wouldn't have this problem.
I will look
help
as
it.
random
I was
nondescript
distracted by you.
mer person.
Verity is
Number 5.
incredibly distracted.
Yes.
Random nondescript mer person number 5.
Yes,
Extra number 7.
Steve.
Yes. Everyone's
I
name's
thought I was Steve.
You are Steve.
Jimmy! We can have multiple Steves, it's fine.
Alright, to the mirror.
So you guys swim down to the mirror, and your feet touch it. And as you stand upon it, you actually see your reflections.
So it's at the, like on the ground?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Dude, who's getting upskirt shots? What are you,
No,
skirt?
you turned her
Skirt?
into a skirt that one
Skirt?
time. You polymorphed her into a skirt when you were climbing up the tree that one time.
I did?
Because you asked, are you a skirt? And she said, am I a skirt? And you said, you are now.
Yeah, you were trying to say, are you wearing a skirt so you could see up it?
Oh,
But then
right,
you
when we were
said-
climbing.
But you just said, are you a skirt?
So then you said you're a skirt, so we said you polymorphed her into a skirt.
So I was a skirt. Like we were just saying, just so you could look up it.
I remember
There was
that.
nothing on the other side, just a skirt.
So you guys are standing on the mirror, and as you stand on it, light. It's almost like you.
I just imagine Verity's doing like,
Ah, God, I'm blinded!
And it basically the reflection. You see yourselves, and then you see your reflections in almost like a mirror world. You see a grand hall reflected downwards. And you see this beautiful woman kind of step, the same reflection, or the same visage that Oberon showed you earlier. She steps into the mirror on the opposite side of you. You must be the ones Oberon told me of.
yep.
Brigitte will pull out her sword and kneel. Like, all nightly. Be all friggin' cool and shit.
Are we supposed to do that?
I mean, My Lady of the Lake.
And really bows her head. Well, bows her posterior, rather. Not just her head, but her whole front body. Wait,
The anterior.
wait, I'm sorry.
I was gonna say you dip your butt.
I mean,
Wait,
isn't
you're-
that what a curtsy is?
Wait,
You just
you're-
dip your butt?
You're twerking at her?
Oh, it's good, 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 it's
I think we're coming back. Hold on. Hold pulse.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Stay on target.
Cam 2's back.
Cam 2's back.
Hey.
This cam is still
There's
out.
2 of yous.
Or there was.
He has sound.
Yeah, OBS went wonky because apparently my dictation software froze, so I don't know what happened there.
That's weird.
That is weird.
Battle map. Oh,
Yep.
now we have 2 of the same camera.
I know, I'm working on it.
There's 2 of yous.
Okay, I think we got it.
Yep. You really want to know?
Fire everything.
Good. We're back.
Yes.
With things.
As far as I can tell, we're
Yes,
back.
I think we are.
Cool.
Thanks for letting us know.
What was her name again?
So she has several different titles.
Oh Lord.
Lady
Um,
of Swan.
The one that Oberon referred to her as is the Lady of the Lake.
Yeah, I don't know if I want to use that one.
There is also the Lady of the Queen of Swans, the Lady of the Lake, and the Cerulean Gem. All of those are titles that she is referred to as.
Cerulean Gem is nice.
Yeah, Brigade's just gonna address her as my Lady of Swans. And again, sword out kneeling. Not the double-bladed scimitar though, because that's weird. We're gonna use just one of the regular scimitars that I have.
Just like blade up at the face.
I'm bowing.
Okay.
Just leave it at
She looks guarded, but not necessarily displeased.
Oh, great and powerful Mistress of the Swans? Leader of the Swans? Whatever the hell.
Queen of the Swans.
Queen of the Swans. We apologize for having to intrude upon your lake. Trust us, if we could not have defiled it with our presence, we would not have. However, as you know, the situation is most dire. And under some situations, unfortunately, must needs must, and terrible things must happen. So, we have done as you ask. We have slayed the Kelpie and all of its kind. Your people afterward, the merfolk, were generous beyond means. Truly a sight to behold for all of us. And now we humbly beseech you that you might be able to help us continue along our quest by allowing us to take the gem from you as unfortunately we must.
Make a persuasion check.
That's going to be a 21.
Okay.
Okay.
She kind of regards you.
And I'm like, bowing, like, no.
Proof.
Ricky.
What do you want me to pull out?
Proof, you have the other gem.
Didn't you want the head of a Kelpie?
Yeah, didn't someone grab one of those?
Yeah, I thought that was you. that
No, I
grabbed
think
it.
Ramduin.
Okay,
put
then
it in his
Ramduin
bag.
pulls it out.
I was like, someone did it, because I definitely remember saying we're going to grab the
Ramduin
head.
pulls out the Kelpie
He
head.
whips it out.
She
Wow.
She regards it for a moment, and then she steps out of the. She walks away from the mirror and like waves her hand, and you all like blink, and suddenly you're no longer mer people. You're back to your normal self, and you are upright in the hall that you saw. And before you, rather than the beautiful woman, is a swan. This time, rather than the swans you're used to seeing out on the lake, this one is probably upwards of 50 feet tall. And it is, and it is sitting on a nest in the middle of this giant, beautiful hall.
Only Kamala were able to provide sound effects on command.
Wait, but
Except she wouldn't do it like that. She'd be
The
like,
stone shimmers almost white, appearing to be gilded in gold and silver. While beautiful, there are still cracks and dust in every corner of the hall. Like I said, sitting in the middle of this massive hall is a swan towering nearly 50 feet. Her feathers seem to sparkle with an unnatural light. Even as beautiful as is, you can see there's gauntness in her form, a weariness in the arch of her neck. Sitting on her head is that same circlet that Oberon showed to you. And it is, you can see the bolt, the little gem, and it pulses in yellow very slowly.
But the swan didn't we determine that the swan that we originally spoke with was not this swan?
We did. These are not the same swans. Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Oberon told you that they were not.
Even though the first one identified or acted like she was Lady of the
She was
Lake.
basically a final
Mouthpiece.
speaker.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Which, if you'd like to roll a history check, you may. If you'd like to as well.
That was almost a nat
Yeah, I'm busy looking at the gem.
20. Oh, wow. 6.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
Never
we're
mind.
also 20.
Never mind. Yeah, it went boop. Then went on that too.
Yeah, mine was a 2 as well.
Hey, about done.
But yeah,
We're staring at the gym.
but yeah, she regards you. And like lowers her head and like turns one eye very close to Ramduin and is inspecting the head. Foul creatures. You have done as asked.
For a half second, I thought she was
Mortals,
regarding
you-
Randuin's head. Like,
Oh boy.
what?
For mortals, you appear to be honorable. Just something I have very rarely run into. For that I am thankful. You have done my people a great service.
Thank you, my lady. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying.
I thought that was very trying to be serious.
No.
Thank you.
Fluffy pillows and kittens.
It's just like, she kind of like gives a deep sigh before she just lowers her head all the way to the ground. Whoever shall take it. Your part is done, my deed is now.
I will.
says Ramduin.
Says what I'm doing. I will.
Can you sigh before
I will
you
take-
speak as we're doing that? We know it's him.
We love you, Brian.
Yeah, it's like, you know, when I have my hand like this, then I'm talking as Randuin.
I will take the gym, my lady.
I will take the gem to Mordor, though I do not know the way.
Alright.
So he does that then?
Just like
As Randuin.
and it's
I'm
trying, Brian! Don't you judge me in the chat!
What did you say?
She's shaking my head.
And you know that's what he would do if he were here.
We can all hear the sigh.
Yes, really.
We can hear
Like a ghostly sigh.
We know you actually
You are
sigh.
taking the gym to Isengard.
But yeah, the gem on her head, like, is big. The moment Ramduin goes to grasp it and it slides out of the headpiece that she's wearing very easily, it immediately whoop, and shrinks down to fit in the palm of his hand.
How'd that go again?
Whoop. I suppose it would be, ew.
Thank you, my lady. We will.
Wait,
Where's the kitty cat
Take
unicorn?
good care of it.
Brian also in the tag hashtag judging you.
Yeah.
We will take good care of this gym, my lady. Thank you. Oh, is there any other favor we could do for you?
He said sigh.
Hashtag sigh,
Yeah.
says Brian.
I do not know what other task I could set or ask of you. You've already done so much for my people.
Thanks!
Hey guys, I'm gonna say something that's either gonna work or we need to run really fast.
Wait, what?
It's all telepathic.
It's telepathic. She doesn't
Nope.
know, I'm sure.
Nope. Y'all are now in air
Oh, yeah,
right
we-
now.
yeah.
Shh. We're still thinking it. We're just like, why did you know I was going to do that? I thought it at you.
Hey guys, I'm gonna say something and it's either gonna work or we need to run.
Okay.
I'm going to get on my knees and then go
Oh, who are you
like
now?
like flat out in front.
Okay.
So
Which is, she's like, she goes from like having her head literally down on the ground, she sees you do this and like raises it ever so slightly, and is like looking down over her beak at you.
Wait, the fuck is this bullshit? Are you like full on prostrating?
yes.
Okay.
I know that mortals have done you harm in the past, and what we have done nowhere near starts to make up for the hurting. But as my companion said, yes, if there is anything we can do to try and repair the damage of past mortals and their ignorance and short-sightedness,
So that eyebrow that
Oh, the magic eyebrow
the
is
magic
back!
eyebrow returns. What are you getting at?
Uh-oh. I say to myself.
I said in case it doesn't work.
I will actually pop in here and use all my good courtly graces and try to assist in this. This is not gonna go.
Wait. When the fuck did Brigitte have good courtly graces?
She has them. She just refuses to use them.
I was gonna say, like, when did that start?
That started a while ago. Brigitte will add in. We know of the legends, my lady.
Wait, do
You
you?
didn't get
You
told
don't.
that.
No,
You don't know the
right,
legend.
no, we don't.
He didn't tell you that, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Nope,
maybe.
that was withheld information.
That was withheld information. So Brigitte's not gonna do shit, and then
Brigitte is going to stand
Brigitte's
by
just
for
like-
moral
Good
support.
thought! Good thought!
Brigitte's like, wait.
What are we doing?
Like the meme.
hold on. She's like still holding on to her sword, like, oh my god, 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 oh my god. We're gonna have to fight a giant swan. Shit. I don't know if I can run fast enough for this shit.
Like, do you want some flowers?
Stop.
Okay.
What do swans like to eat?
Grass.
Apparently people.
50-foot swans probably like big things.
So,
And Rayleigh gets a clump of grass ready to hand as an offering.
There's no
There's no grass here!
Oh, I thought there
We're
was.
in a hallway!
You're in a
Hallway.
yes. You're in a
Hallway.
giant.
We're in a great hall.
You're in a
I
great
thought we
hall.
were still outside.
No.
we went inside.
We're in the mirror in a hallway.
And really
You're at
grabs
the
a
bottom of a-
fistful of floor.
Yeah, and Drawley goes to grab grass and just hits like stone.
You know,
Basically,
all
you
the
just
grass
grab a-
that grows at the
Your-
bottom of lakes.
Your hand is now covered in dust.
We got a fistful of
Ew, that's disgusting.
Verily wipes it on her and continues to pay attention.
The tragedy of how do I explain put this out of character? Okay, your magnificence is known far and wide. People, even in the mortal realms, tell great tales of you, and unfortunately, some of those tales do explore some of the previous, as I say, short-sightedness and terribleness of potential mortal people. But please understand that one does not speak for the many, even though I am now currently speaking for the many. Do not let that bad situation forever taint your so golden and beautiful heart.
Roll another persuasion check.
15.
Okay.
Because I've rolled above 10 once this entire fucking session.
Oh, no.
If it's gonna
I
be
feel like
now,
he should have advantage because he's talked so good.
He's worded so good.
I will give you another roll for advantage since you are going off the knowledge I gave you.
That was another 5!
Oh no, I tried. I'm sorry.
Seriously, I have rolled above 10
You need
once.
to put those in jail.
Maybe start rolling with your performance die instead.
Apparently.
Yeah, just use the big dice.
And 15's not terrible, guys.
no, but it's not what you
We
want.
might not be killed immediately.
Exactly.
It's not terrible, but it's
Her
not a
head
20.
raises up more, and it kind of like sways a little bit. You touch on a subject I am not normally one to speak of, but your words are gilded quite nice. What is it you are proposing, mortal?
I didn't think I was actually proposing anything.
I was just trying to be nice.
I propose fancy words, so you let us out of here unharmed.
Did she give us a jewel yet? No.
Yes.
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 Everyone has it.
Remember?
Oh, right. Gotcha.
Basically.
Humble as I am, I do not dare ask for anything truly from you except the forgiveness that I can offer with me and my companions.
Are you seeking to try and right a wrong?
I'm confused as to what you're doing right now. Please explain, human.
Yes.
Ray, if someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes!
If that's what you'd like.
In
yes.
any partial way that I can, yes.
She kind of like turns, and you kind of get. Obviously, swans don't see straight ahead like humans, so she does kind of turn her head this way and that to kind of glance over you all. I have been sitting here for. Well, I'm sure you can tell. It has been a while.
Wants to say something.
Verity offered a sweep. Don't offer a sweep. Don't offer a sweep.
She literally stands up.
wants you to ask for more information in return for favors.
She stands up.
Oh Jesus.
So she goes from sitting on her nest to standing, and she backs off her nest, and to the point where she's standing behind it, and she just kind of looks down, and you see this. I mean, the egg is in and of itself is about the size of each one of you.
Even very.
Yeah, it's a 50-foot swan, giant egg.
Yeah.
These are going to make some excellent omelets. Thank you.
There's only one egg.
This is going to make a fantastic omelet. Thank you.
You can see there are what appears to be remnants of eggshells around this one egg. And the one egg that is there has a crack on it.
Ramduin can
I'll say I've got mending, but
cast a lesser restoration.
I mean, is this like an Arcana check so we can figure out what she's
you
doing?
can roll Arcana. You can roll medicine.
Why did I suggest? Oh, good. He is trained in medicine.
I'm trained in Arcana. Can I roll Arcana?
I'm gonna go with the Arcana instead. Seriously.
All right.
Nine.
You were doing so well,
Fuck
and then I had
dice.
to use you repeatedly.
I'm trained in Arcana too.
Even if you're not trained in it, if you want to use it, you can.
Yeah, then.
Amy's like, no.
19.
Intelligence.
13.
Okay. 9.
9.
plus nothing else.
I've not rolled a 10 or like total above 10 with modifiers, except for once.
All right.
Twice.
The 19
3
was
times
Ramduin.
Ramduin's medicine.
And then what did you roll?
Guidance says Brian.
On who?
Himself.
Oh.
So I had
He
a
could-
D4.
So he can above a
Oh
19.
god, I keep burping.
So it's going to be a 20
I
to
keep
23.
burping, she says, continuing to drink soda.
It's sweet tea. At this point, it's
Oh.
mostly water. It's literally tea flavored water.
As she continues to chug LaCroix.
It has a hint of tea. It's been near tea recently.
21.
Okay.
Oh yeah, sweet tea.
It's
Yep.
not sweet tea. I don't do sweet tea.
Yeah, to an Aussie, it probably is.
Yeah, it would give you instant diabetes.
It's not like, yeah.
Depending on where you get it from, yes, it'll give
You're
you
on
instant
that fine,
diabetes.
Susie. Okay, so that's
Anyway.
a 21.
Okay.
Medicine.
That was medicine. You rolled a what, Susie?
Garbage. That's what I rolled. It was a 9.
Okay.
Garbage.
You rolled above a
13.
Okay.
But
Yours
I
was it Arcana?
Yes.
Okay.
Arcana. I can't really do
Between the two of
anything,
you come to the same conclusion that this egg has been cursed.
though.
You actually, between the two of you, well, you wouldn't know it, so you don't know that it's cursed. That's why I'm saying that. Go ahead and make me an intelligence check as well, or a history check if you're proficient in it.
I think I am. I would have ought to be, right? It's my yeah. History is
Seriously.
6.
Jesus.
How
Okay.
many 2s have we rolled?
You lost your armor sticker again there.
I know.
Verity's naked.
Verity's naked.
No,
It's on the
post-it.
couch.
No, it's right here.
The couch has armor.
My,
The
that's
couch-
my naked armor.
Oh, okay.
The couch has armor now.
The couch has no armor.
The couch is naked
The couch
armor.
is naked.
Okay. So, okay, you don't know the reason, but you both have Ramduin and Ederole have come to the conclusion that the egg is cursed and has been cursed somehow.
I share this with the bird.
Lesser restoration? That gets rid of curses, right?
I don't know. You tell us.
I can't.
Let me see
I
if
don't
I have
have his. I
anything.
can't pull up
Hold
his
on,
list.
I will-
If
I
only
have
there
less-
was a book for players.
I have
Yeah.
lesser restoration. Hold on, please.
I'm
No,
pretty
I
sure it
keep-
does.
I have detect diseases. Never.
I mean, you could do that too.
Yes, I could.
You have detect diseases?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a scroll. A scroll.
Oh,
Not
okay.
a not a
Yeah,
spell.
disease
I was
or
like,
one condition affecting it.
Detect poisons.
Poisons.
Lesser restoration. You touch a creature, it can add one disease or one condition afflicting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
I think I was actually trying to go with diseased, in a way. So we'll say diseased, curse, same thing.
Boop. Boop.
Boop.
He gets his hammer out. Whang!
Crunch.
Boop.
You didn't sigh. You didn't sigh.
Brian's saying boop.
So as Ramduin steps forth and places his hands on the egg, and from the holy symbol that is somewhere on his person, because I don't know where he keeps it.
It's like a cutie mark. He's got it on his ass cheek.
Just glow.
He turns around.
He sits on the egg gently.
This is what happens
He
when
just
you're
turns
not
around
here,
and brushes
Brian.
his butt against it. It's not necessarily his butt, but his hip. You know, he's just.
We make your character do things.
So he comes forward and he places his hands on the egg, and the the divine energy that he summons forth transfers into the egg, and it almost crackles as he casts the magic over it. And as the magic goes over it, and just like
Sorry, Brian chimed in finally. He's like, it's on my shield and emblem.
No, it's on your hip. We've already decided. Please continue.
as it crackles over the egg, which was originally a kind of almost like an ashen gray color, the shell suddenly goes to that brilliant white of a fresh, good egg. Although most eggs technically aren't white, but
Whatever.
Yeah,
That's neither here nor there.
no swans are 50 feet tall. But.
This is true. And he almost jumps back as suddenly the crack gets bigger and bigger and bigger.
Get ready to run.
Until the egg hatches. And sitting inside of it is not a swan, but a small child. And almost instantly, the giant swan transforms back into her humanoid self. And she rushes forth and she pulls the child to her chest. And
I'm still down on the ground. Just like, what's happening? Are we dying?
And
I don't think so.
broke the egg.
Oh,
With a
shit.
flick of the wrist, like the nest.
We all get killed.
You're dead. No. With a flick of the wrist, her magic bursts forth from around her, and the nest that was there, like flies out, and you can feel it like whipping past you as it rearranges itself into chairs and tables. Now a nursery for the child.
I was waiting for it to like burst into flames. We're like,
Run! Get out! Where are we going? It's a
No place to
mirror!
I don't fucking know.
Just break it! just running around the
It's
circus.
just the air shot.
Yeah,
The air shot right over again.
But she's holding the child,
Guys,
and
please, this is a tender moment.
It is.
and
And we're talking
she hasn't like openly started weeping yet, but you can tell, for those of you who aren't like kneeling and not looking at her,
I'm looking.
you
And
can.
by this point, I think all of us are like, what the fuck?
Well, I mean, I'm really.
I
I got 2 tiles in front of me that I'm just like,
And she finally like she goes over to Ramduin, and she touches his cheek and kisses his forehead, and thank you. And she like basically goes to each of you. For you in particular, she touches your shoulder. Stand.
Holy shit! I'll stand up.
You, madam, stand.
I will stand.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You didn't sigh.
You're welcome.
She will.
I love you, Ramduin. Never change.
She keeps holding the child very close, and it's clear this is her, what she's wanted, and she will finally like kind of like reach behind her. One of her wings that is still attached to her back kind of arches up, and she actually takes a moment and she actually plucks one of the primary feathers.
Oh god, why?
And she concentrates on it, and a spark of magic goes into it. And she holds it up in her hand, and it just kind of like floats in her hand.
Ooh.
A gift.
Detect magic.
It is magic.
How long have you been a tree?
What kind?
I like how now every time someone does something stupid, it's just, how long have you been a tree?
Brigitte will sheath her sword and
Verity was having a panic
graciously
attack at
accept
that
the feather.
moment, so... he had his boyfriend that he's been looking for suddenly appear in his head while trying to talk to an ancient, powerful being. So, it's a little disorienting.
Trying to-
Tree.
Well, and then I was like, so, What kind of music do you like? And then you were like, so, tell me about your
I'll consider
life.
it would be an item of
This
transmutation.
parade.
Alright,
of-
transmutation is the magical school.
Hey, y'all, it's transmutation.
Thanks. Didn't need to know that right now while we're standing in front of her
Sorry,
accepting this gift.
I say this telepathically.
We're not telepathic.
Thank you, my lady. What does this gift do that you have bestowed upon us so graciously?
He says as Brigitte holds the feather, or graciously accepts the feather.
I have been cooped up here for a while.
Calm down, Mandarin.
I unintentionally make puns and don't even realize it.
Yes,
Well,
yes, you
Ramblin
do.
is a big goofball, so...
I have been here for many years. Well, many long instances.
Eons. It's fine.
That's a good word.
Alright.
I've been here for many long.
As I will probably continue to be stuck here. She looks down at the child in her arms. Which, as you look at it, is actually kind of like a gray-skinned color. It's not pale like her, or not dark-skinned like her, but it's not pale either. It's almost like a grayish color.
She got it on with a Goliath.
I wasn't gonna say shit, but here we are.
And the ears are slightly, you can tell even as a baby, he's got slightly pointed ears. But yeah, this is connected back to me. I know that you are mortal, so you will have many wide adventures. When you speak a command word for this item, it will listen for a small duration. If you speak its command word again, it will scribe those words down exactly as you have heard them.
Oh, sweet. We got ourselves a fucking magic pen, y'all.
Thank you.
I just love the sigh. It's the Rem doing words here.
Well, apparently I have to clarify because my deepening my voice doesn't work. No, deepening my voice doesn't work.
So this primary feather it's not like, it's like basically like quill length at this point.
It's not like a 50-foot feather.
No, because she's your height.
I know, that would be amazing. Let me pull out my note taker. Whoa!
Let me pull up my glowing feather.
Alright, start. Okay, end.
He just slides at you.
I love you, Brian.
But yeah, it's probably the size of a quill because it's a primary feather off of.
It's the size of a dramatic quill that a dramatic person would use.
But
Because
it's
we are very dramatic.
But the feather itself is similar to her appearance in that it shimmers. It's almost like I don't know what you call the bits of the feather that aren't, the strands of the feather, however you say.
The pointy bit.
You know how feathers have
I do. I don't know the
I
word.
just don't know what they're called.
Yeah, anyways, continue on.
They almost are see-through but glittery, but appear white. If that makes any sense at all.
So it's fucking covered in glitter. Got it.
Yes. But yeah, once you accept it.
Who was talking to her just a second? Oh, random. Sigh again and ask what that command word is.
What is the command word, my lady?
Words. What are the command words?
How do we make it go?
How make go on off?
How make go pen?
You
get your
will
pen.
have to choose that. It has not been set.
How do we set it?
Start and stop. There we go.
Are
Command
there
word's done.
are there two buttons you have to push, then a third one?
Yes.
Do we have to sync it up with the software?
Like a
Yeah.
digital watch?
Basically, oh lord.
Do we have to attune to this item, and then once we get attuned?
No.
Is there a set time button like on a microwave?
God
Like-
damn it, just let her finish.
Well, how about we go over the specifics of the item
After stream, because we are getting close to 5:15.
So, but basically it will record whatever it hears for 8 hours, and then
Oh
will
God,
scribe-
why? Okay.
It will scribe whatever you write down for 8 hours. However, if it is interrupted in those 8 hours, it loses whatever it was scribing or had recorded. But it has to have 8 hours to write it down.
Man, we need a lot of paper for that shit too.
Jesus. Okay. Sweet.
But yeah, she finally goes and she lays the child down and tucks it in and makes sure it's nice and comfortable. But Perhaps I have been too harsh on mortals.
It is
What
not.
happened to you? No.
Who hurt you?
Who hurt you? Can we go kill him? Hopefully he's dead.
Shh.
I already murdered him.
Oh, good.
Like, I'm gonna get on my thing where I sing and everyone else is, paralyzed.
Shut up!
Like, I'm sure she'll make the save. They won't. It'll be fine.
Actually, everyone fails the same.
Including her.
And the child.
Son of a bitch.
But yeah, she seems a little bit more animated. However, in comparison to the image that you had originally seen from Oberon, even this form seems a little bit thinner, seems a little bit more gaunt.
Well, that's the whole bullshit that's happening.
So.
Now we need to stop.
So we should get going.
So we should get going.
Can we swim again, or can you just make us on the ground?
Can you just fling us out of your lake or put us closer to the Lord of Centaur's horses?
Spit us out.
I will return you to the lake as you were found, and you will have to swim to the surface.
But no.
That's a
You
lot.
you'll still have the.
You can still breathe,
Idiots. Gilly thing.
Okay. Okay.
I appreciate you doing what you have done for my people, and for me personally. Should you ever need anything, you are more than welcome in my court.
But other mortals, they can fuck the fuck right off.
My lady, of course, you have been beyond gracious in all your means and ways. And once again, if you need anything from us, anything, just let us know.
She gives a slight nod of acceptance, and then, be safe. Waves her hand, and you all end up on the opposite side of the mirror again.
Oh.
And she's like, okay, and you can breathe just fine. And she's standing there, and she kind of is just giving you the very polite court wave.
The very polite, get the fuck out of my house wave. Princess wave.
Verity's gonna start swimming to the surface.
Paddle, 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 paddle.
Alright.
Hold, wait. Together, we ascend.
Fuck you.
I don't even know what that's from.
She does.
I do, and I hate you.
I have some questions. I'm gonna look it up now.
Alright.
Told you to, and you don't remember.
I don't, I'm sorry.
Together, we ascend.
But yeah, so you guys swim your little hearts out onto the surface of the water, to the surface. As your heads break the surface, you feel the gills on your neck seal, and you have a minor coughing fit as there is still some water in your lungs.
I am going to try and break.
Mine is hacking because I'm
break
old.
the surface as close to a shore as I can.
Yes.
I am not going straight up into the center of the lake. I am heading diagonally towards a shore.
As
Well,
someone
this is
who is
when
wearing
Randuin
heavy
will
armor.
cast Water Walk again.
Yes.
Oh yeah, he can cast water walk as
Like,
well.
this is when Randuin will cast Water Walk again.
Sure. Sure.
Alright.
Is there an owl anywhere around?
He is sitting on the, he's sitting
Like,
on
we
the...
came up in the, lakes part, not necessarily where next to the...
Yeah, we came in
Island.
the center of the thingy where the weird fountain divot was.
Yeah.
Where the swallows were vomiting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep, where the swallows vomit.
But yeah, we'll
Where
worry about
ghosts
TAC
cry.
next session.
Yes, we should go ahead and just wrap up.
But
for
yeah,
now.
so you guys rise to the surface of the water.
Don't
Your feet
do it.
touch as Ramduin casts Water Walk. You all just go, woo!
How'd they go again?
Woo!
There's another gift.
Yep.
Alright.
And
I have too much power.
you now have
Enjoy
collected
the
2
branding.
of the 3 gems you've been tasked to find.
Yay!
Well, the ones that haven't been found anyway. But yeah, so we will pick up here in 2 weeks. This upcoming Wednesday, we have DM Chats with Andy.
I love how you're like, this upcoming Wednesday points at me, and I was like, nah, bitch, don't you dare. Don't do it, ho.
I'm also thinking visually along a calendar, so Wednesday's
Yeah.
this way along a calendar.
Yeah, no, sir.
And then the following Sunday after that, we have Reverberatory Cell at 10 a.m. Maybe.
Question mark.
Stay tuned on social media for updates. And then, of course, every Wednesday we have our DM chats. We'll update you on who has the following DM chat, which is me.
But yeah, thank you so much for subscribing, Asmodee.
Yes! So we have a new subscriber and a new follower.
I know.
Thank you guys so much.
Yeah,
I like to watch all of our bullshit.
You're a freaking blast in the chat. So
We have a
thank
good
you.
time.
Thank you very much for joining in the chat because you're hilarious. So, A++ commentary today.
Yes.
And
Good
I'll
job,
have to
everyone.
go back and read it since I can't do so much when I'm DMing.
And it's challenging now.
Yeah. So anyways.
Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you all so much for joining us. We really appreciate it. If you have any friends and family who may enjoy watching us, we'd be greatly appreciative if you told them about us. But generally, come back again for more. And we will see you
Next
soon.
time. At some point.
I'll see you Wednesday.
Together.
Bye.
Together
Shut up!
we ascend.
Don't you do it! No.
Oh my god, no. We'll work on getting a Discord. Bye.
Bye.